What is good, CV Nation? Welcome back to another live stream. This is the CVPC, the Certain Vids podcast. Joining me, as they do every week, they're pretty much my co-hosts at this point, if we're being honest. We've got Trevor from Film Geeks and Chris from Film Stocked. How you doing, guys?
Doing great. Glad to be here.
Yeah, great to have you here. Great to have you guys. And returning from last week, we also have Mr. AJ from AJREACTS. How you doing, AJ?
I'm doing good, man.
Good to hear. Good to hear. We also got one more guest. We got Shamoon, who's running just a tad bit late, but that is perfectly fine. No biggie. We got Max Talks Movies in here. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do it. Send in your questions, guys. We are ready. Max sent me a bunch of questions before the stream, and so probably it was like 12 questions. We'll get to those. Maybe I should space them out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, how you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
Doing great.
Yeah, good.
I'm excited to talk about my weekly movie because that was a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So am I. I'm pretty hyped about it. So.
Right, we got 3 viewers, guys. Send in your questions. I guess we can start talking about the movies we watched. If I can just find it here.
Drinking some caffeine because I was up really late last night, so I'm still
still
waking up a little.
And let me just change this. I should have done this before, but I was running like right on the clock, like to the very last minute. That looks good.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start with Chris. What was your movie?
I'm hyped to talk about this. So I had The Invisible Man, which came out this year, directed by Leigh Whannell, who that man is one of the most underrated talents working in Hollywood today because first of all, I watched Upgrade, which was a really solid action movie from 2018, I want to say. That was one of my movies in this a few weeks back, so I really dug that. Yeah. He directed it, he wrote it. So that's one. And then he wrote Saw, which is I'm so happy I watched the movie. I've watched it twice now. It's super underrated, and I think it has one of the best twists ever in a horror movie straight up. And every time I think about it, I want to watch that movie more. I think I'm going to do a sit down and binge that whole series. I know that I hear they get worse as you go on. Yeah. I don't care. I need to spend my time in it because that first Saw movie is great. But The Invisible Man, written and directed by Leigh Whannell, and I think it's my favorite. I'll say it. I don't care. I love you, Onward. I'm sorry to do it to you. This is my favorite movie of the year. Elizabeth Moss. Right now, I want her to get a Best Actress nomination. I mean, not much is coming out, so there isn't a lot of competition anyway. But I really would love to see that. And I think the twists and turns this movie has are just brilliant. I think the way he utilizes the fear of what you can't see it's very intense because for the first hour 45, hour and a half, when you don't really see the Invisible Man, you obviously see him later on, but when you can't see anything, that's when it's more scary. And I think that's where it really that's where the movie's strength is, I think. But it wraps up so well too. The ending gave me chills, and there's just countless moments, especially one in particular where I was I actually rewinded it because I was did that really just happen? And so The Invisible Man, The Invisible Man is a great movie. I'm so happy I watched it. So that's my pick for the week.
Right.
Dude, it's so good. So great.
Yeah.
It was a good
The only con I'd really give it is that for me, it wasn't as scary as I wanted it to be, but that's great because it was still really, really suspenseful. Mm-hmm. And I think it only cost $7 million to make, which is just crazy because of everything they were able to pull off with that. It was really, really good. AJ, what are your thoughts on The Invisible Man?
I felt like it was more of a thriller than a horror.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It didn't have the gore aspect. When I think of horror, I just feel like it's a lot of gore. And things like that, but I guess it's kind of a psychological thriller / horror. But for sure, I would categorize it as a thriller over horror. Gotcha. It was great though, great movie.
Oh yeah, I loved it. I think that's in my top 5 of the year. That's not saying much, but still. Film Geeks, what was your pick for this week?
I'll get to that in a second. But the one critique I have of Elliot from Movie Files is here. Sorry. The one critique I do have of The Invisible Man is that it felt like he was more supernatural than invisible. Does that make sense? Because when Chris, the scene you're talking about, Chris. I know what scene you're talking about. That scene, it seemed it seemed like there was a supernatural being there rather than a person.
Definitely.
That's the only critique I had. I was like, that kind of bothered me. But dude, Invisible Man's top 3 of the year for me, and I don't think anything's gonna change that. Invisible Man was so good. It was so tense. You sit on the edge of your seat, you're like covering your eyes. My girlfriend and me are there, like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? It's a really good movie. But my pick this week, Chris actually gave it to me because I had to leave a little bit early last week. It is another Tarantino movie because I'm trying to watch them all, and I chose Inglourious Bastards.
Yes.
Wow.
Right now.
I only seen one Tarantino movie, and that was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Then I watched Django Unchained, which I loved. Django Unchained, it's so good. And then I went to watch Inglourious Bastards, which I heard is even better. And the one thing Chris like pre-warned me about was that it's like a foreign film kind of like. There's definitely a lot of German and French. It's mostly subtitles. And I was like, I wasn't expecting that. But dude, I didn't mind it at all. I honestly enjoyed it so much. And Christoph Waltz, for him to be able to speak German and French now, dude, you are unbelievable. You need to team up again with Tarantino, because I actually knew Christoph Waltz from AJ, you'll like this, Alita Battle Angel. That's the first thing I saw him in. I was like, he's really good. His voice is like so distinct. Like I want him to like read me my groceries when I go grocery shopping. Like, that's how much I like his voice. And then him as in Inglourious Bastards is great, but Brad Pitt as Aldo Rain, I mean, oh my, I can't even get into it, but the Bear Jew, man, I love Inglourious Bastards so much. It's so good.
Dude.
It's great.
Yes, I love that movie so much. It's so quotable too. He's like, we'll be doing one thing and one thing only: killing Nazis. Just the way that he killing Nazis, so good. And then I love that one scene where he's like, where they're faking that they're Italian or whatever. And he goes, Antonio Margarete. I love how he keeps having to say that. And then in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, there's a callback to that you'll understand now. Like when Rick Dalton goes over, and it's like, this film directed by Antonio Margarete. Like it's a little drop, but I went crazy in the theater the first time I heard that. I was like,
Easter egg, huh?
Yeah,
it was so good. And I mean, Brad Pitt, I love Brad Pitt, but like him as Aldo Rain, and you like his little voice, Grazi, how he's talking. He's so funny. I can't get over it. And they scalp all the dudes. I say it all the time. Tarantino's a fantastic director, but I think he is like the best writer working today. Like his screenplays are sensational. And I always said to team him up, his writing ability was like a Martin Scorsese directing or something like that. That'd be a sight to see. So Tarantino, he's 3 for 3 for me, dude. I love all his movies. They're fantastic. So
dude, and one last note on that
finish
movie.
The rest of them.
Because I just love that movie so much. The opening sequence is so well written, but the way he creates tension with his dialogue in the bar scene with Michael Fassbender, I won't spoil it. Insane. No, I know. That's all I have to say. So
the scene kept going on, and you're literally sitting there the whole time thinking, "Oh my God, something's gonna happen," and it doesn't happen. You go, "Okay, we're good, and then okay, something's gonna happen. Oh no, we're good. And went on like it was a pretty long scene, and if nothing happened, I told myself, I'm like, I'm gonna be really mad if nothing happens out of this. Boy, did something happen. It was crazy. I was like, God, Tarantino, he's a mastermind. I don't know how he does it. I really don't.
Yeah, love him.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen that movie, but I really enjoyed that movie. As far as I can remember, it's kind of like a dark comedy, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I feel that. Like I feel like most of Tarantino's movies are hilarious, and if that's unintentional, then I might have a sick mind. But he's always funny to me. So
for sure.
Right. AJ, what was your pick? I think I gave you your pick, right?
Yeah, you did. And it was Hacksaw Ridge. I had
yes,
not
it
seen
was.
it. I'd seen like clips before, but I had not watched the whole movie. Man, when I say that movie was so good, like I'm surprised it didn't win. Did it win? It didn't win Best Picture.
It didn't win Best Picture. Andrew Garfield got nominated for Best Actor, though.
Okay, yeah. It deserved a win. It really did. Just the cinematography, the way the characters like really like encaptured you, even like the unlikable characters, they really like encaptured you. Yeah. Like I really, really enjoyed that movie. One of my favorites right now.
Right, definitely. I think that's easily my favorite of that year. I think that was 2016. Yeah. That's easily my favorite of that year.
Yeah.
He's pretty much everything else. Have you guys seen Hacksaw Ridge, Chris?
Yeah, I actually have it right here, I think. But it's just let me delay the stream for everyone so I can show off a Blu-ray. But yeah, I have it right here. It's one of my favorite movies from that year as well. It says Yeah, nominated for picture, director, actor. So Mel Gibson actually directed that movie.
Okay, it was Mel Gibson. I didn't even know Mel Gibson did that movie until
he was like
in credits.
He was kind of like blacklisted by Hollywood almost, and they were like kind of like not trying to say his name. So even on the like cover that Chris has, it says director of Braveheart and Passion of the Christ. They don't even say his name on there.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
But
to get more sales.
Yeah, I love that movie. Chris, or not Chris, Trevor, I'm blanking on your name. Trevor, have you seen Hacksaw Ridge?
I'm not gonna lie, I can barely hear you guys. I gotta try to figure out my connection real fast. So if I back out, I apologize. But Hacksaw Ridge it's great. It's everything I liked about it. It was like my girlfriend's not big on like action and war, and like this movie is very gruesome. It's very like whoa sometimes, you know. But the first hour of this movie's really meant for like people who don't enjoy action and war in movies. Like that's the first hour of this movie, the little love story behind it. And then the second half of the movie, it's like this is a full dude movie. You're like, yes, guts and blood, and everyone's blowing up.
It was
that's exactly what I loved about it. I was like, it is. It's like, okay, yeah, it's all good, and it's really upsetting what happens to Doss, you know. And Andrew Garfield, to me, was snubbed that year. I don't know who won Best Actor, but to me, he was snubbed. And to see like what he went through and never gave up when he believed in, and then when he went into the war, and it was this full dude movie, bro. I was like, this is freaking sick. So Hacksaw Ridge, it's one of the best war movies, top five war movies of all time.
Agreed.
Okay, I think it was Casey Affleck who won that year for Manchester by the Sea. So,
and that is frustrating because that movie is so boring. That movie's like, it's like no lie, it's like basically kick a puppy and
can
see
we bring
how
it to a full so we can see my reaction to this nonsense?
Watching this movie,
you like Manchester?
You upset me, Trevor. You upset me.
You like Manchester by the Sea?
I love Manchester by the Sea. I do. It's so good.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. Really? I watched it recently.
I thought we talked about this and you didn't like it.
No. I don't think we've talked about it. I really do like that movie. Like at first I was like, who is this Casey? Like, why is he literally just an awful person? But then that gut-wrenching scene, like 50 minutes in, I was like, whew, this dude went through it. So like I really felt for him. And I think that like the performances across the board are just like, I think they should be studied in like classes because it's just that good. But I really do. I like Manchester by the Sea a lot. So we disagree there.
Chris and Trevor, y'all need to have don't get me wrong. I need to have a debate.
Okay. A movie debate.
Don't get me wrong. I think it's well made. I think Casey Affleck did good in it. But to see what like Andrew Garfield did, like I think there's levels to it, and I think Casey Affleck was definitely more of a it seemed almost more like a safer role to play. Like, don't get me wrong, Casey Affleck I thought was good. And I thought the acting was great. Lucas Hedges, which is a great introduction to him. But like Casey Affleck, the only thing he really had to do was play this kind of broken guy and cry. Don't get me wrong, hard to do. But what like Andrew Garfield did, I'm pretty sure like he changed his body for this. He's normally like a pretty fit guy, got skinny for it. How he changed his voice, made all these different things to go from saving people and like crying and being abused to showing that he's a lovable, likable person. And kind of like he seems in a little way kind of silly. You know how he's talking and staring at the girl. Andrew Garfield's performance to me, performance to me stood out way more than Casey Affleck's. It was, and don't get me wrong, Casey Affleck won, but Casey Affleck is one of the most hated actors in Hollywood. Like if you look up any like his Oscar speech, everyone says, why do people like this guy? Why do people like this guy? I think he's a good actor. I really do. I base my movies off rewatchability. I will never rewatch that movie in my life, ever.
That's totally fair.
That's my take.
No, yeah, that's totally fair. But the argument I'll make is I think the Academy often looks at like the careers of people, and I know that's a really awful thing to do. I think it should be a year at a time. But
definitely.
I think that Casey Affleck was like just so gut wrenching in that year, and also like he's just one of these big name actors that had never won it. Andrew Garfield had neither, but I wouldn't even say that's Andrew Garfield's best performance. I think that his best performance is in The Social Network, and he wasn't even nominated, which is a crime. I think we can all agree on that. So
I will 100% back you up on that. And that the number one scene from Social Network is when he smashes the laptop.
Yeah,
oh my god, that's so good.
That scene.
I watch that scene weekly.
I'll agree with
it's
you.
On Twitter like, every time, every week. Yeah.
So yeah,
was great. So good.
We can just say that who was up that year? Denzel for Fences. He's really good in that. Sebastian,
really
that's his name. Ryan Gosling in La La Land, and then there was another performance that I'm blanking on right now, but that was a solid year.
Really was.
I was rooting for Ryan Gosling just because I'm a diehard I'm a La La Lander for life. I was rooting for Ryan Gosling. I really was. So, and look at AJ. Don't need man. Look at AJ.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing.
AJ, do you not like La La Land? You don't have to go too deep into it.
La La Land. Yeah, I won't get too deep into it. I just I was expecting something different, I guess. I was just not as interested as I thought I was gonna be at La La Land, and that I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that.
That's fair.
That's fine.
You should, and you should.
Get out of here, Trevor.
All right, we finally got Shamoon in here. How you doing, Shamoon? If you can load up, there we go.
Shamoon,
what's up, boy?
What is going on? We were just talking. Well, you weren't here last week, so you didn't really have a recommendation. We were just going through all the stuff that we watched from the past week that we were recommended. So everybody so far has been talking about some very prestigious stuff: Hacksaw Ridge, Manchester by the Sea, Invisible Man. I watched We Bare Bears on AJ Reacts recommendation. I liked the show. I did. I watched it and I like it. I'm a regular show. I'm like a fanatic of regular show. I love that show. And then that's the only Cartoon Network show that I'm really kind of into, because I never really got into Adventure Time, Steven Universe. I didn't really like that. So I tried it and I liked it. It's pretty solid so far. I think I was talking to AJ about it, or I was talking to somebody about it. I was talking to Deluxe Collectibles, I think, on his stream yesterday. And he said it's just like a easy show to watch, and I agree. It's just kind of lighthearted. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I like the voice acting. I like the voice. I don't know what his name is, but I like the guy who plays the main character. I think he's the main character, Grizz. I like the voice actor for that. I think he's super funny, and I think the show, I think it's gonna get better. I think they're like kind of establishing stuff at first, and I think I can really see where it's gonna go. And I really liked it. I liked it, and I'm willing to give the movie a chance. That's what I'll say. So not really a film, but still something that I was recommended, and that I watched.
You were giving it so much heat, like it's a movie or something. Like
yeah. But I just need to catch up on it before the film comes out. But
did you watch any movies this week, sir?
I did. I rewatched Hacksaw Ridge Monday. I then rewatched.
Oh, that's such a great film.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. I just love it. I think that might be one of my favorite lead performances ever, if I'm being honest with you, by Andrew Garfield.
I think he smashed it. Andrew Garfield, like, just honestly, I think even Desmond Doss said it himself. Like, he portrayed it like so accurately, and there wasn't any part where you felt like it was glamorized in the sense of what's going on. It's actually like literally what happened. Like, he thought it was quite accurate, and I mean, I know Andrew Garfield is a good actor anyway, but he definitely elevated his ability to new heights, because like that film really just showed what he can do. And like you said, you can rewatch that film and never get fed up of it. Like, it's so rewatchable. It's crazy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, no, I love the film, and I think the music gets overlooked a lot. The music it sends chills down my spine at times.
Yeah,
it's really good. The
soundtrack
is awesome. The soundtrack is awesome. And that's probably my favorite war film. I still need to watch Saving Private Ryan, but that's probably my favorite war film at the moment.
I like Saving Private Ryan, but I do feel like it gets more credit than it deserves. Like, I feel in some ways, if you're comparing Hacksaw Ridge and that, I think Hacksaw Ridge just doesn't get. No, I'm serious. I'm genuinely serious. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad film, but it's like you boys ain't gonna like my opinion on this either. But it's like Dark Knight. I think that film was amazing. Don't get me wrong, one of the best DC films. But I still think Christian Bale as Batman is highly overrated. Like, he's a great Bruce Wayne. Seriously, listen, hear me out though. He's a great Bruce Wayne. Takes. But when he's Batman, I feel like I mean, I can't take him seriously with his voice. Like, I'm serious, man. I know you guys love them. I feel like he's overrated. I'm not kidding.
Louise, man.
I'm coming in here with all the hot takes, man.
Shamoon, I agree.
Yeah, who invited Shamoon today? God.
I agree with you with Saving Private Ryan. I do. I think it was given a lot more credit than it was deserved, but it was an amazing movie still. I really liked it.
Right.
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just want to say that I think Hacksaw Ridge is a phenomenal movie. However, the opening when they storm the beaches at Normandy and Saving Private Ryan is better than that entire movie. I'm sorry. It is. It's better than Hacksaw Ridge. I don't care for that crap in Hacksaw Ridge where, like, he's a kid. Like it's poorly acted. I'm being honest. That's just it feels like kind of cheesy. I know that it's like building his character and it shows that his dad was like an alcoholic suffering from PTSD. But like I never really that stuff and like where Desmond's at home, I never really like got on board with it. Granted, it's necessary for his character arc, but just for me personally, I didn't care for it.
Saving Private Ryan, that wasn't based on a true story, was it, or was it?
The Private Ryan, the Saving Private Ryan story, I'm not honestly sure, but like
because that can really play a factor here. Like one actually happened, one's just pure fiction. Like it just really depends how you take it in that way. Like what's more realistic as well.
Right, which is true, but I also think that like a lot of those movies are Hollywoodized anyway. Like obviously,
everything is unfortunately like every war film now is just I mean, look at the cast of Saving Private Ryan. It was like so Hollywood. It's crazy.
Like in Hacksaw Ridge, I can kind of agree with Chris here. You know that dude who's mean, who's like a really badass soldier. You know what I'm talking about?
I
don't remember that guy's name. He like goes charging in, doesn't he does this slow motion, he's running around. To me, when it did that, and then like he ended up like, you know, obviously dying, but like that whole scene when they kind of going in. God, whatever. Whenever he comes running in, going, you know, it to me the whole time I was kind of just like, really? Like that's kind of it seemed. I agree 100%. It just felt cheesy. I haven't seen Saving Private Ryan, but it felt cheesy that during that time, like he's going like yelling like all slow motion, like oh no, he's gonna die, and then he dies.
You definitely have to watch it.
Okay, there was a scene in Hacksaw Ridge. I was watching it, and it was like it seemed really goofy. It was a part where they were in battle. And one of the soldiers that they thought were dead, like
I remember this.
Yeah,
and
I got
like,
I know what you mean by that. It was pretty goofy.
Blasted in the back of the head.
That is so like cliche, like
grenade. And I was like, is this real? Like, is this? I felt like that was a blooper.
The thing is,
let's be honest though,
like that was like the only scene that I felt like was like weird, but everything else I enjoyed about it.
I definitely understand. I think there's a lot of moments that you can definitely tell this did not happen in the actual battle on Hacksaw Ridge. This is just them kind of making it more entertaining, I guess. So
again,
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
But
Saving Private Ryan wasn't. It didn't have those really cheesy moments, but I felt like it was just so like I enjoy seeing them back home. Like I like seeing the and things like that. It really builds the characters for me. So seeing Saving Private Ryan, it was just like kind of weird I don't have any connection to these characters at all. Like why do I care about them? Like that's kind of how it was for me.
That's fair, yeah. And I think there's like two ways to tackle it. I think Hacksaw Ridge tackles it like the backstory at home. You get like a lot more time there. While as in Saving Private Ryan, I find it just through their interactions together, like the scene in the church when things really slow down, you get to know a lot about the characters. And I prefer to see backgrounds revealed through like character interactions, which is just my personal preference. Obviously,
can you boys just imagine if Michael Bay directed Saving Private Ryan or Hacksaw Ridge? Holy shit.
It would be no first half of Hacksaw Ridge. It would be all the second half.
AJ spoke about, that would be like 100 times more. Like, it would be so slow-mo.
It would be a bunch of low-angle shots of people sweating and the sweat down their face.
And the people blowing up, going everywhere. Oh.
Yeah.
The entire second half of that movie would be the entire movie. There would be no establishment.
Pretty much,
exactly.
Just get straight into it, I feel.
Yeah, I understand. Let's get into some of the questions people were sending. Max Talks Movies says, for one of your movies to watch this week, you should all watch the same movie that you've all never seen. That's a good idea.
I was thinking about that, actually.
That would work.
That would be hard.
It'd be hard to find one movie that like none of us have
exactly.
seen.
None of us have seen.
That's true. That's true. Max Talks Movies also
actually, there could be... Oh, there's one film. Well, you boys have seen it. Have you ever seen the Slender Man film?
No,
I've never even heard of it.
I've never watched it, but like maybe we should all check that out.
Maybe if you talk about a film like Slender
Why would you
Man,
recommend that?
I don't want to suffer through that.
It's the one film I'm never gonna watch. But if a group of people watched it, I'll probably watch it because I've never got round to it. But I heard how bad it was, so I just avoided it. But like,
so
that's the first film I thought I'll never watch.
it, and then we'll call it good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you recommend a film like a C tier one that nobody's heard of, then yeah, nobody's gonna have watched it. But
I mean, that's the first film I thought of. So
right. Max Stocks movies, best movie non-2020 you watched for the first time this year. So who wants to go first?
I have a bunch. Jeez.
All right. Just pick one. Pick one.
Well, I have obviously the Tarantino movies that I've seen, but I'll say Back to the Future, dude. I mean, it was top 20 all time probably for me. I've only seen it once, and it's probably top 20 all time, dude. Back to the Future it's great. Everything that everyone talked about, how good it was, like pretty much came true. So, hey man, I love George. He's my favorite.
Oh wow.
AJ, what was the movie that you watched for the first time this year, but it's not a 2020 film?
That is not 2020.
Like it's not a new release. It's not a new release.
Upgrade.
Okay.
Upgrade a few weeks ago. It was really good.
That's good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's my favorite of the year, or 2018. Yeah, got you. Chris Buey is showing us, or Bowie is showing us.
Private Ryan, boys.
Private Ryan. Okay. So that's the one.
It's a great movie.
Okay. And then Shamoon, a movie you watched for the first time this year, but it's not a new release, and that you think is your favorite of the year.
I can't actually remember. I was on Netflix the other day, and I do have a big list, but I really can't remember off the top of my head. I'm gonna have to have a look on this one, and I'll get back to you on it.
Okay, we'll get back to this one. Movie Files showed up. Elliot, what is going on? Max Talks Movies, best dancing scene in a movie. I think there's a very obvious choice, but let's see if we can brainstorm.
Spider-Man 3.
That's the obvious choice.
Nah, definitely.
That's what I was about to say.
I think
I like the
dancing scene.
I like the La La Land scene when they're like several times they dance La La Land, but like the La La Land scene when they're in the park.
Lovely Night. That one's great.
Dude,
when you're talking
that
about?
is so good. And like, so I love it. I love how they start and they're on the bench and then they do the whole dance choreograph and then they end up back exactly where they're sitting. I mean,
yes,
to me, that's just brilliance. You know, that's like I was in theater in high school, you know, it's like to see that like done so well. I was like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another great one is Singing in the Rain, like the Singing in the Rain scene, but also Make Him Laugh. That's a really funny scene too. This guy like does it in one take. He does a flip off a wall. It's insane. So
right.
I'd go with that.
Yeah, or Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
That's a good scene in Breakfast Club.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I really enjoyed the film The Greatest Showman. So like really
that was a really good film.
Yeah, I really liked it. I know some people that hated it. But really
it's got mixed reviews for sure. Yeah.
It's got mixed reviews. But
it made money though. It made a lot of money.
It did. Any of those dances and honestly the final dance in Step Up to the Streets. You guys probably have not seen that, but I love that. I've loved that.
Nah, Step Up to. Nah, I've never watched
Step Up to the Streets.
I just didn't expect.
Laugh all you want.
Well, I don't really watch films that contain a lot of dancing, but I'll say my favorite dance scene. It's not exactly the dance that's emphasized, but it's more of like the moment. You know, when Cap gets his dance with Peggy. I thought that was quite.
Oh yeah,
I knew you were going to say that. I really did.
You know, that was like the first thing I could think of because it's like that. You know, he finally got his dance. I mean, this is something he never thought he could actually get in his life. Like finally going to see Peggy again, and he did. It was really bittersweet. Yeah, I think that's the one.
My God, something just came to me. Napoleon Dynamite. How did I forget that? I literally had a revelation. I was like, I knew I'm forgetting something legendary here. That might be it for me, honestly. Such a great scene. The ending.
Okay, what's some other ones like that then? Could you go maybe no one was baby in the corner.
There's actually one obvious
what
choice.
Am I thinking of? What am I thinking of?
Dirty Dancing.
No one. There it is when he holds her in the air, dude.
Yeah.
That's a good scene. Yeah.
Wait, I've got one more actually. It's from a film that came out last year. Literally, it was right behind you, Trev. Joker.
Oh, Joker. That's actually not bad.
Yes. You're right.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Are you talking about the one on the stairs, or
that has to be the one?
On the stairs. Actually, it's either that one or the one when he's in the toilet right after he kills those Wall Street bankers. In and he's just there, and he's just really like slow and everything. I quite like the one going down the stairs. I think that's quite funny.
Yeah.
So
or the one where he's like dancing around with a gun.
Oh, it definitely was iconic. Like,
oh yeah,
I mean, wow! You watch it now, it's like amazing.
Right. Yeah. No, I think the Joker one might be it for me.
I think that
Spider-Man 3.
The Pulp Fiction dance scene, and then we can move on. That one's just so super iconic.
We really got into this.
Yeah, we really did.
Yeah, we really.
I don't think
that's
supposed to be that.
That's such a peculiar question. I would never think I'd be ready for something like that.
It's a good question.
It is. Yeah. Movie files. The fear aspect of Invisible Man to me was the fear and horror of being in an abusive relationship. Really enjoyed the movie. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's like the huge part of the film. Yeah, definitely. I thought the Invisible Man was great. I absolutely loved it. Yeah. I think there's only one or two issues I had, but overall, Shamoon, I don't think we got your opinions on the Invisible Man. What were your thoughts on that movie?
I don't think I've watched it.
You have not watched it, okay?
There's something I do have to say about Invisible Man though. Yeah. The ending of Invisible Man, I don't know how believable it was for me. I don't want to give too much away, but I feel like it's hard to say without spoiling
the very, very end, like the dinner scene,
very, very, very end. Yes, where there was a certain amount of time where something had to happen, and I felt like it happened too fast. I think it didn't make sense to me how fast it happened. If that makes sense.
I kind of see what you're saying, because a certain act happens, and then you zoom in to see what happens. You see someone talking on the phone, and it's like, how the hell did said person possibly maybe change that fast?
Yeah,
that's all I'll say.
Yeah, that's it was super fast. I was like, so I was kind of confused about the ending, because it happened so fast.
Right.
But I figured it out. It was self-explanatory, but it didn't really seem that way.
It's been a while since I saw that. I saw it way back when it came out, but
do you know what I'm talking about though?
I think I know what you're talking about. It makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Max talks movies.
If that's the only problem with the movie, I feel like that's a pretty good movie then, If it's a little, it's like almost a nitpick, So if that's our biggest problem, hey, well done to Invisible Man,
Yeah, if you're taking apart the story, that pretty much counts as a nitpick, but yeah. Max talks movies.
I totally agree with you, AJ. That wasn't unpopular. You're good.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for that, Max. That means a lot. Nerdy Films, what's up? What's up, dude? How you doing?
Nerdy.
AO, my favorite war movie is Apocalypse Now. It is so accurate to the Vietnam War. The cinematography is incredible, and I highly recommend. Have you guys seen Apocalypse Now?
No. I've seen it, yeah.
No, I haven't seen that.
Have you guys... Oh, sorry, my bad. I was going to talk about different movies, so go ahead.
Apocalypse Now is fine. I think it's pretty overrated, though. It's a really long movie that kind of meanders, but the performances are good. It's Francis Ford Coppola, so it's a beautifully shot movie for sure, and how it deals with Vietnam is great. But it's not one I'll rewatch for a long time.
Got you.
Sure. Have you guys seen Patriot with Mel Gibson? It just had its anniversary the other day. That's one of my favorite war movies of all time.
Never.
When he's running through the woods. His kids are putting the rifles off the woods, and he's just running through them. That's almost like full dad mode in a sense, because obviously what happens, dude. It is that's such a great movie. Mel Gibson in old war movies are great, from that and Braveheart. Patriot. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys should check out Patriot. It's really good.
That's one of my favorites of 2002. That's a really good movie. I really like it. Movie file. Fantastic. Have you guys seen 2019 Monos? It's available on Hulu. It's incredible. I don't even know what that is. Is that a show?
Never heard of it.
Is that a movie?
I've not seen it.
I haven't got Hulu. So
Elliot watches so much stuff, dude. That dude cranks out videos about.
He grinds it out.
I'm like, how are you watching this much stuff, dude? It's crazy.
I was watching his review for some Netflix crime movie, and he was bashing on it, but no. Yeah, he puts out a lot of videos.
Yeah, I almost watched that, and I heard it was horrible. Yeah,
I can't remember the name. Whatever. AO. Have any of you guys seen The Deer Hunter? It's a great war movie, 3 hours long, 1 hour before the war, 1 hour in the war, and 1 hour after the war, building the characters. I have not seen that. Have you guys seen that?
No, but I know it won Best Picture, and it's on the 100 movies thing I'm doing, so I'll see it eventually.
Right.
Not a big war guy.
Really?
Haven't seen a whole lot of war movies. No, I'm not a huge war.
Oh, there are there's some really good ones out there. You just gotta definitely choose the ones that you probably heard most if you haven't checked them out.
The most recent one, yeah. Those are some really good ones. Movie files, or you guys could pick one of the 4 new releases dropping this week to watch and talk about the Five Bloods, King of Staten Island, Tom Hanks, Greyhound, or Artemis Fowl. I did not know Greyhound was coming out this week. That's Apple TV Plus, so I can definitely watch.
Isn't the Five Bloods? Isn't that on Netflix? Because I did see the trailer for that.
Spike Lee.
That's Spike Lee.
Yeah.
I actually really want to see that.
I'm actually watching all of those this week, so I'm hyped.
I don't think I'll watch King of Staten Island, but I think I'll watch the rest.
I'm actually most excited.
I'm so excited for King of Staten Island.
That's also my
Greyhound
forward to that
movie?
Because I don't know anything about that. Yeah, Greyhound's a movie. It's a Tom Hanks war movie. Yeah.
It's coming out this week.
I think so. It's on Apple TV, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just remembered. You finished defending Jacob, right, AJ?
Yes.
No spoilers.
In 2 days.
No spoilers. What were your thoughts on it? Because I heard you had an issue.
Oh, yeah. I do have an issue. Trevor knows it. He disagrees with me.
Okay.
But as usual, Defending Jacob was an amazing show, limited series. I really enjoyed pretty much every aspect of the show. The one thing that I had an issue with was Lori. I wasn't a huge fan of Lori's character or acting. I felt like I needed more.
Wait, you weren't a fan of her acting,
right?
Really?
No, I wasn't.
She was one of the, she was flawed.
Either it was the character that I didn't care for. But it was. I felt like we needed more drama from her. More. I don't know if you guys have seen Stranger Things.
I have.
Winona Ryder's mom on there is like, that's the bar that I hold for. That's like fair. With kids, moms with kids in trouble. Like, I want to see a lot more emotion. I didn't feel enough emotion from her, but that's the only thing I had a problem with in the whole show. I thought that we were going to get a second season. Trevor told me that we weren't going to get a second season, so maybe
now it's a limited series.
It's a limited series, one season.
And I'm fine with that. If there's another season, I'm going to be kind of bummed out, honestly. I wish we got more of an answer. You know, I wish we got more of an answer.
We don't know. They never told us. I know.
So. I'm joking. That was my biggest problem with it. It's like the whole time, and we talked about this last week. I don't want to touch on it too long, but the whole time we invested in the show was to see what the end verdict was, and we kind of got it, kind of didn't. And I've said it before many times, obviously on our spoilers discussions we've done. We all know where episode 8 should have ended, and they should have had 2 more episodes. Episode 8 should have ended. AJ, we talked about it too when Lori's driving with Jacob.
I checked out all you guys' reviews for it.
Yeah, it should have ended. That episode should have ended right there.
Yeah,
and then or maybe right there, and Chris Evans got a call, and then you would have been like. And then something crazy you would have found out even more. Actually, I guess the show doesn't have a good rating. It's at 58%.
Yeah, it opens very, very mixed. I
can't believe that. It's the best show I've seen in a long time, dude. I was like 58. What?
Okay. Yeah. I was talking to you earlier about this, Trevor. I felt like that show had a slow burn. I felt like it was. It wasn't enough fast pace. Like, it wasn't fast paced enough for me. But it was like I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Killing. That's a show. It's very, very similar. There's a crime that was committed, and they take 2 seasons to find this one killer, and it was like as many episodes as Defending Jacob was for the first season, and I'm like, this is a slow burn. So I felt like it might have been that might be people's issue with it. But that's really all I could see.
I don't know. I think this might be like,
I can't agree with that. I can't at all. Like, every episode, I was so engaged. Everything that happened, you know. I mean, AJ, me and AJ, no lie, we're good buds. Like when we disagree a lot, like don't get wrong, we don't hate each other. We're good homies.
It's like two Avengers going like a civil war or something.
Well, me and AJ that line we text during the week like all day. Like we'll both be at work and we'll be texting each other like you're wrong,
exactly.
you're wrong,
you're wrong, you're wrong.
But,
so
it's literally like one's bullying the other in school and the other one's like, leave me alone.
So every episode I was engaged. It kept me guessing on the edge of my seat and then at the end of every episode, I was like, dude, I want more. It was like Game of Thrones all over again for me. So I can't agree with the slow burn. If you want to watch a slow burn movie, I can give you a couple recommendations. Like,
when I say slow burn, I don't really necessarily mean that it was uninteresting, but I mean that from the beginning point to the end point was it was a long time. It was a full 8 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Like we found out. I guess we found out who killed Ben, but like from the beginning to the end, it was we didn't really. We kind of assume, it was insinuated, but like from the beginning of the story to the end of the story, it was 8 episodes. So that's why I say it's a slow burn. Not saying that it was not interesting. It kept me interested. I watched it in like 2 days, so it kept me interested. It just was. That's what I mean when I say slow burn.
Sure. Got it. Movie Files. Another film to check on Netflix is Time to Hunt. I have not heard of that. Have you guys heard of that or seen that?
I haven't either.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Movie Files. Or have you guys seen Jennifer Kansas, The Nightingale, or most recently Shirley, or The Last Days of America Crime? Have you guys seen any of those?
The Nightingale is on my list to watch, but I have not seen it yet.
Shirley stars Elizabeth Moss, and she portrays a horror writer, I believe, like a famous horror writer. The trailer did not interest me at all. I was like, this movie looks weird. It looks really weird, and I heard it was weird. And The Last Day of American Crime is what the movie you were watching the review for a certain Movie Files.
Oh,
that's the review he's talking about.
Something. Oh yeah,
The Last Days of American. I heard it was like dumpster fire bad.
Yeah, according to Movie Files himself.
According to I watched a couple reviews and I was about to check it out. I was like, oh, cool. Then I was like, oh, maybe not that cool.
I was watching his review and he was like, there's one scene that's like one of the worst poorly acted scenes I've ever seen. I'm like, dang, okay, I'm not watching this. Max Talks Movies.
I thought The Nightingale had starred Keira Knightley. Is that not the same movie that I'm thinking of?
I don't know. I think it might.
You mean Elizabeth Swann? Sorry, had to.
I love pirates.
Max Talks Movies. Do comic books have to be comic accurate to be good? I don't think so. There's a lot of
They don't have to have like every element like exact same. Well, but, the films need to differentiate from the comics, but then they take inspiration, but you don't need to make it the exact same. But I don't want them to then like just vastly change everything because it's important. It's the whole point of the film. It's a comic book movie, so you have to take things.
You're adapting something
into consideration.
You're not just ripping off something's titles. So I think
points. I've actually never picked up a comic book. I mean, you probably, I don't know if you guessed that or not.
How, man?
I enjoy the MCU and everything, and I'm all into it. Like, I just, so I don't really give it, like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about comics. Like,
Chris, man, hot take. I'm a comic book fan. I've never picked up a comic book in my life.
Right. I think it's a lot of people like that.
Chris, I'll be honest. Like, I read more Marvel comics as a kid, not so much DC, but like, I went to see the DC films, and I wasn't so heavily with knowledge like about DC, but I could still see like the errors and things that weren't just so great. Like look at Batman in Justice League, like he was too jokey and stuff. And from comic book origin, like he's more serious. He doesn't crack jokes like he's a clown or anything. But I totally get. I mean, there's a lot of fans now who call themselves comic book fans, but they just got into the MCU. They got into comic book films, but I mean, it's totally fine. You don't need to literally read comic books, but like. It just makes sense as if like how you got into it. But like I said, the MCU's got massive now. You're gonna get so many people getting into these films without even reading comics.
Yeah, it's not like I hopped on the bandwagon.
I haven't read a comic either.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I watched Iron Man in 2008, so I've always enjoyed superhero movies, so I've never really looked at it as like a comic book thing. I know that's what they are, obviously, but
I don't mind if someone doesn't like read the comics, like, and I'm like, oh, you don't know anything about it. Like, I honestly, like, if you're a massive fan of that, regardless if you've read the comics or not, and you're watching these films, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you could be a bigger fan of the films than the comics, and like, that could be your thing rather than that, which is totally fair.
Yeah,
something that I do. Something that I do is it's kind of backwards. Like I'll watch the movie or watch the series or whatever, and then I'll go back to the wiki page or whatever and like find out like the origin and like that. I won't necessarily pick up the actual book, but I'll like research, you know, different characters, different villains, and things like that. That's something I like to do.
Fandom thing. Like, you want to understand like what they've changed, and sometimes you read stuff like someone's like, "Wait, why are they complaining about what they've done to the characters?" Like, when people have been massive fans of Thor, they're like, "Oh, why is he so jokey in Ragnarok?" But like, I actually quite enjoyed that. And, I don't really see it as a problem. But like, some people are like, "No, they've screwed him up."
Yeah, like, the thing with Thor is that he's not like that in the comics, but
of course,
it wasn't resonating well in the movies like he was. Like the way he is in the comics, it just doesn't translate well to the screen. So they were like, let's make him more funny, and that worked well. Like everybody loves Thor now. So I think you don't have to be accurate to be good, but it is like you do have to like retain something. You can't just like change everything.
The one character I do understand though why people are frustrated is like Hulk. Like, you know, they've vastly changed him in like Endgame, and I quite like Professor Hulk because that is still comic book origin. But there's times you're like, come on, man, I want him smashing Thanos. I want him getting his beat down again, you know. But
it was kind of weird. Professor Hulk was weird.
You know,
I think it was weird to finally see that on the screen because we never really got a grip of Professor Hulk. I just feel like they should have introduced him a little bit earlier. It would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah, definitely. So going back to the question, it doesn't have to be.
We went really off topic.
We did.
It doesn't have to be accurate, but like something like I'm not gonna get into all of it, but like something like Spider-Man, like it makes sense that people aren't okay with it, and I'm not okay with a lot of things about Spider-Man in the MCU. So it just doesn't. It doesn't have to be accurate. It doesn't have to be accurate, but it does help if it is. And but you can't just ignore the fundamental starting point of the character like Spider-Man. Okay, that's it. Moving on. Where were we? Toby Ludwig. Hello, what's going on, dude? How you doing? Max Talks Movies. Are you guys going to give each other movies to watch? We probably will. Should we do it right now?
We can.
It's up to you, yeah.
Sure.
Why not?
Okay, let's see. What's the movie we all haven't seen? According to Max, that's what we should do.
That's hard. Yeah, I
don't think anyone's gonna watch that, and I don't really fancy watching it. But if it's just for if we just all had to watch it, that's the only time I'm gonna watch it. But again,
it's trying to find a good movie that we haven't seen.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's difficult though because like a lot of good films are most likely going to be seen by one or two of us at least.
True.
The Matrix. Has anyone seen The Matrix?
Yeah.
I mean,
okay. But it's been
wait, Trev, was it you that didn't see you and CV didn't see Rocky and
Yeah, I didn't see Rocky.
Back to the Future. I'm trying to think of some. You guys have seen Terminator, surely?
Yeah. I've seen Terminator.
Yeah, you definitely.
Yeah, and you know what? While we think about this, I want to give some really, 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 really hot takes. People extremely overrate that franchise because it's not anything amazing. People are like, T2 is the best action movie ever. I'm like, I must have just watched something else. I must have watched some knockoff then that's just called T2 because it's really not even that memorable. I watched it a year ago and I couldn't really tell you much that happens. So.
Yikes.
Dang.
Yeah, that's a really hot take, but it's a very overrated movie.
Wait.
I had to get that off my
plate. Chris, which one were you talking about?
Terminator 2.
Oh, Terminator 2.
That's one.
I think Terminator's like. I think it was good at first, and then just sort of weared down. So, like, I kind of see what you mean.
And like the entire franchise, like the effects do not age well at all. Like people call it a horror movie, and I was trying not to laugh at it. Like it's just like
the first film had like horror.
Arnold shows up naked, and he's just like,
"That's funny though." Yeah,
I was just laughing.
Arnold just makes me laugh, man. I can't take Arnold seriously. Like he just funny.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Get to the hype. Like, how can you take that seriously? Like,
so what would you give? What would you give Terminator 2, Chris?
I couldn't like accurately rate it right now.
A 1.
Like on a letterbox rating, like out of 5.
Yeah, like out of 5 stars.
Like 3 out of 5. Like if a movie is like has a
that's all right. I'm gonna give it like a 2.
No.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna give it 2.
Like it's hard to say because if a movie is like loved by everyone and it's undeniably like a classic that has a big following, just because I don't like it, I'm not going to give it like a super low rating. It's like it still has that prestige to it, you know. So like,
yeah,
a 3 out of 5 is like good, but it's not like great. It's like pretty, I'd say like average almost, you know. So yeah, I'd probably do that. It's nothing spectacular.
So disregarding all that, what would you give it? Disregarding all that as a movie, what would
like if it was? I think what he's trying to say is if it was like a new release and you were reviewing
it, like came out today right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
3 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't change the way I rate movies on the spot. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe a 2.5. Like it's all right, you know.
So well, we never really decided what's a movie that we all haven't watched. So
I haven't seen.
We should just give each other recommendations then.
Yeah,
I think that's difficult.
We can.
Wait, out of all the genres you guys like watch, like what's that one genre you don't really think about or haven't really explored enough? Because for me, it would be horror. Because I'm not much into horror.
It can be horror for me too.
It
can be horror for me too.
I love horror.
Yeah, but like, I feel like I've seen all the I haven't seen the original Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th.
I mean, I've watched one or two of them. I haven't watched all of them, but like, I think the main one that people know, the main Friday the 13th film. Yeah, I mean, stuff like Jason X, I haven't really watched, but that's just it's trash.
Yeah, I've seen all those. Yeah, they're trash. I've seen all those.
Jason X, though, my brother was saying he just found it funny. Like he didn't see it.
It's very laughable. It's very laughable. Those movies are.
There's that scene when like
I got a confession.
Yeah.
Freddy scares the crap out of me. I will not watch Nightmare on Elm Street. I will not watch.
He's a creepy dude, though. Let's be honest. Like
yeah. But like every other horror film, I can watch.
Have we all seen The Bourne Identity or the Bourne films? Because I haven't. I have not.
I haven't either. I'm surprised at myself that I haven't either, because that's like so action and it's all up my street in that way.
I guess I'll watch the first one. I don't know what the first one is. I'll watch that first one. That'll be my recommendation. Even though nobody
you have to watch Good Will Hunting still. That's a great movie.
Yeah, that's what you need to watch. Nothing else but Good Will Hunting.
That?
No, I haven't watched it.
Goodwill.
Maybe I'll watch Good Will Hunting. I don't know.
Please do.
Please.
He's not gonna do it.
I will. I'll try. What about Trevor? What are we gonna give Trevor?
I'm on Tarantino still. I think I gotta watch them all, right?
Yeah.
So I'll have a surprise one for you. I generally talk to Chris about it because Chris is a diehard Tarantino guy. So
yeah.
The rest of you will be surprised next Sunday.
I'm looking through my
so
phone right now for some movies. So.
I generally decide on the day of which one I'm going to watch. I've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Django, and now Inglourious Bastards, and I generally decide what that night is. So I have like the 2 Kill Bill movies to watch, which I'm nervous to because all you guys say they're kind of weird. It's hard to get into.
I like the Kill Bill.
Kill Bill is great.
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill is really good.
I like it.
So
Kill
those
Bill
are
is
the 2
arguably my favorite Tarantino film.
Yeah.
You know what?
Probably his best
Kill
work.
Bill Volume 1.
I'll do Kill Bill 1 and 2 because I haven't seen the second one, and I've like started the first one 3 times. So I'll do that if that's.
I haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, so I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, that's so good.
Let's
good.
all do a Tarantino film, I guess, that we haven't seen, or certain. Have you seen all of them?
Fair.
I haven't seen. Okay, I'll watch Inglourious Bastards because I haven't seen that yet. I'll watch it.
I haven't
on
watched
Netflix.
that.
Watch it, dude. Glorious Bastards are so good.
I'll watch that.
I haven't seen
Tarantino.
Hateful Eight or Jackie Brown. Or
I haven't
seen Pulp Fiction. either.
The
Pulp Fiction.
I haven't seen that.
I need to
Pulp
watch that as
Fiction.
well.
I know.
Pulp Fiction.
I'm
watch
slacking.
Pulp Fiction. Watch Pulp
I
Fiction.
might just watch all of them that I haven't seen. I probably just watch.
Might
all
as
of them
well.
that I haven't
I mean,
seen.
All right.
Yeah.
There's so many.
I forgot about
All right, well,
Jackie Brown and Death Proof. It's 2 more of his movies, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
I haven't
what's
seen
the
Death
other one?
Proof either.
Death Proof and Jackie Brown. So I haven't seen either of those.
I haven't seen.
I'm watching Death Proof, Kill Bill 1 and 2, and that will complete my entire filmography for Tarantino.
All right, we're all doing Tarantino.
I'm thinking I'm leaning towards Reservoir Dogs or Hateful Eight.
Reservoir Dogs is good, quick, easy watch, and it's one of the best scripts.
Oh, that's a classic, man.
Yeah, my best friend is like his favorite movie of all time.
Yeah,
something about Reservoir Dogs. I loved the movie. It was really good. I just felt like you have to kind of be in that mindset to watch it. It's like it's violent, and it's like I watched it once. The first time I watched it, it was really, really good. And the second time, I felt like I wasn't really in the mood for it. So it was just kind of like, oh, this movie is not as great as I thought it was, but it is a good movie though.
It's one that I rewatched more than any of the others. I've watched it 3 or 4 times, like in the past 2 years. Yeah.
Is that his first movie? His very first movie?
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
It's really good. I like his confinement, like one location movies, and that's basically what that is, kind of. So.
Yes, you got to be in that mindset to watch that. For me, anyway. For me.
Right. The Five Bloods looks great, but its plot is literally the same as Apocalypse Now. This group of soldiers who go to find a lost general of the army. So that's my biggest fear, that it will be too similar. I haven't seen Apocalypse Now, so I'm not fearful of that. I'll still watch the movie though. I'm excited. It's Spike Lee. I'm excited
for the Five Bloods. I really am.
Yeah. I think it looks
a good week for new releases. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. I need new releases. I guess the show got mixed reviews because after Breaking Bad, everything gets compared to that. Would you go?
Understandably so. It's the GOAT.
Wait, what?
I think he's talking about Defending Jacob.
Defending Jacob.
Because we were talking about how it's getting. In what? And he was like,
"Yeah, in what way does it compare to Breaking Bad, though?"
I think what they're trying to say is like, that show is just so great. It feels like a movie in a way, you know what I mean? Like, but I honestly can't put into words how great that show is. I'm serious, but everyone loves Breaking Bad, so if not everyone loves it, it's not that level. So that's what he means, maybe.
Yeah, I think like because Breaking Bad was just like so groundbreaking.
Set that standard.
Yeah. And everybody I feel that. Like, this is good, but it's no Breaking Bad, like stuff like that.
Okay, I get it. Breaking Bad was so amazing.
I love it.
I still can't get over some of the stuff from Breaking Bad. Like,
don't spoil it because I don't think everyone here's seen it. But
yeah, of course,
I've seen it.
But Trev, you idiot, you got to watch it.
He doesn't.
I don't care if you've never seen any other
TV
film. You need to watch Breaking Bad if you want to continue this.
Trevor, can we get your slow burn recommendations? Can we?
He's not.
I think one of them.
I'm looking for it.
I know he doesn't like Arrival.
There we go.
So I think that'll be one.
Arrival is incredibly slow, but this movie was, I don't know if you guys follow Sean Chandler, in his top 10 of last year. I watched it as of his recommendation, and I'm a big Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn fan. It's Dragged Across Concrete. It's 2 hours and 48 minutes.
Nope.
It's a detective movie.
And, said nope.
It's a detective movie, and it's a lot of the scenes consist of them sitting in a car because they're kind of like copping out, trying to find these guys, you know? And so kind of interesting, but there's several scenes of just close-ups of Vince Vaughn eating a sandwich for like 5 minutes straight.
Can't do that.
And Sean Chandler talked about this movie like it was the best thing in the world. And I watched it. I was like, are you effing kidding me? Like, really? I don't hate it, but this is a movie I was really mad I spent $20 on. That's for damn sure. I'll mail it to you. Whoever wants it, you can have it. I'll mail it to you, dude.
Just send that around the group.
There you go. On.
Yeah, no kidding. Everyone can sign it.
Like one person gets it, they don't like it, they send it to somebody else.
Yeah, give me your address and I'll mail it to you.
Trevor, I'll be honest though, I would rather watch Vince Vaughn eat a sandwich for 2 hours and 48 minutes than rewatch The Rise of Skywalker. So.
Pretty much.
I agree
What's going on, bro? What's going on?
Oh, man.
Chris, we're dropping hot takes today, man.
I am. I'm on fire right
now. You're on fire, dude.
I mean, I was on fire, but you're dropping hard now. Oh
you're going pretty. But no, I agree. Rise of Skywalker is not very good. It's not good.
Dang.
Not.
Oh, that's funny.
AJ, I'm with you on this, bro.
Me and you,
Hey, I liked it. I did.
No.
Okay.
Hey, I don't care, bro.
That's fine. You liked it. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so those were some slow burn recommendations.
Okay.
Gooba69. Are these just nerds talking? Yes. Max Talks Movies. Watch Blade Runner, the final cut. It might be on Netflix. Is it on Netflix? I don't know if it's on Netflix.
Max keeps wanting me to watch that, so I think I'm going to. It's on my list. You know how I have the 100 list. So I'll finally
Chris,
watch
I meant to ask you about that.
Yeah, I need to watch Blade Runner.
Where do you find it? Where do you find your 100 list, man?
I made it at the beginning. Like in December, I just put 100 movies. It's in my notes on my phone. Like, did you want to see the whole list?
Okay. Yeah. I thought you had it on like Letterboxd or something.
Oh no, I might just make like a list on Letterboxd, put them all on there, and say like, this is the 100 movies list, and then have a list of the ones I've watched so far.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
got it.
I'm starting to do the same thing off like a Chris recommendation because it seems fun, and I haven't seen Tarantino movies, a lot of Scorsese movies, so I'm trying to get through all of Tarantino. And I think of my 100, I've seen like 10 so far, and I only have like 66. So I got to keep finding more. I'm trying to find a lot of Criterions and classics that like people love, like Jaws. I think I've only seen like 20 minutes of Jaws, and I know everyone's gonna hate me for it, but I gotta check out Jaws. And I don't know if you know this because we're all Blu-ray collectors here. Jaws just dropped a new steelbook.
Yes,
one of the sexiest things I've ever seen, boys. I was like,
it was nice.
A good one.
And because Best Buy is like you have to do the online order pickup. It's not the same as Blu-ray hunting. It's really not. Like that's one of my favorite things to do is go and like waste an hour in the afternoon at Best Buy.
I do it all the time.
Oh my god! My girlfriend's like, you don't need any more movies. I'm like, you don't know what I need, woman. I'm just walking around.
No. The workers probably think I'm psychotic. I'll like walk the aisles like 5 times and I'll just like re-look at everything.
Same thing. And then sometimes I'll have a stack of movies like this much, and they're like, "Are you having a movie night?" I'm like, "No, I'm just buying movies for no reason, you dumbass."
I did that yesterday and today.
Your Best Buy's open?
No.
I was about to go right now. I was about to leave.
No.
I'm flying news. We're going.
I was doing the same thing.
Sorry to get your hopes up.
But with Funkos, I was in Target because I had to get something else. And I was like, hey, they have Funko Pops here. I was just walking down the aisle. I like bought that big Funko down there. I don't know if you can see that. It's like 10 inches. I can't move my hand right.
I kind of see it.
Yeah, I was just looking for a bunch of them. I was looking at the movie section. I was doing the exact same thing you're doing. I don't think anybody walked past me, but still.
What is the Funko of? I was asking what was the Funko of? The Funko.
Oh, it's
that's a good question.
The thing, Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
It's like
I like that thing.
It's so big.
Yeah.
It's really big.
I accidentally bought the other day. I didn't mean to buy it, but like then I found out I got an email, a Baby Yoda. It's like this big.
Yeah.
And then my buddy sent me, he goes, I just bought this. And then I clicked on the link. I must have added to my cart. I literally, then I got an email saying, oh, the order's coming. And I was like, all right, I'm game. $30 for Baby Yoda. I'm cool, bro.
Trev, you haven't even finished Mandalorian, have you?
You don't need to worry about me, bro. You don't even need to trip. I am straight. I like me some Baby Yoda, boy.
Come on, bro.
I do need to finish Mandalorian, though. That's for sure.
Definitely need to.
Now I have episode 8 left. I have the last episode left. I'm not a TV show, guys. I'm not a TV show guy.
Yeah,
I'm just not.
Got you. Certain. If you thought the Prestige has an incredible structure, you ain't seen nothing yet. If you haven't seen Pulp Fiction, no, Pulp Fiction is like really, really interesting, especially if you watch it for the first time. It's really, really good.
It like turned the whole thing on its head with
pretty much, yeah. Like something new, like it hadn't really been done before. Max Talks Movies. Worst spoiler you've gotten for a movie? This should be fun. Or spoiler.
Force Awakens. Has everyone here seen The Force Awakens? I don't care if I spoil it at this point. Found out that Han died before I went and saw it.
So disrespectful. Oh, dang.
That's gonna be annoying.
Brutal.
Yeah,
that happened. I was like,
I think I didn't get it like fully spoiled, but I think one of the biggest scenes in Endgame was nearly spoiled. It's not Cap rolling Mjolnir or the ending or anything. It's more of like what just happens before that. And I literally was just on Instagram without realizing, oh my god, Endgame's just come out. Someone's going to try and spoil it. Because obviously it got released some other region. It wasn't. I don't think it's America or UK. It was released like India or something else, like early. And like there were a few leaks. Because some assholes put them online, and I just remember seeing Hulk, and I just quickly skimmed through it, and I just went okay. And I think it was like the bit when
I think I saw that too.
And yeah, I was like, oh my god, like that's so huge. Like, I mean, if it was any other scene, if it was Captain Mjolnir, I would have probably broken my phone and gone ape it. I would have literally gone so mad, like. But yeah, I'm just glad it wasn't that.
I'm really glad that because I did get Tony dying spoiled, but I didn't get like the whole Infinity Gauntlet thing. So at least I kind of it was 3 hours, so I kind of forgot about it.
The Tony thing is way bigger. Like I would be more.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that. Was
I think the reason I wasn't like. Because I just like as soon as I saw anything, I just dropped everything. Like for the entire week, I think I was not on social media.
Yeah,
I think it was like 3 hours long. I was able to like forget about it, and then when it happened, I was like, oh yeah, and this is so cool and everything.
Yeah, I mean the Infinity Gauntlet thing that was quite like it wasn't actually the Infinity Gauntlet, but I think a lot of people were predicting it was Hulk was gonna like have a moment with the stones because a lot of people were saying in the comics it happened and. It just was a prediction. So, like, I guess Tony's snap wasn't really. I mean, people probably assumed it was going to happen, but not like for certain.
I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't even think the first snap was going to happen. I didn't think they would do it, but they did. It was crazy.
Did you see opening night? Did everybody see Endgame?
I saw opening night.
I wasn't risking anything.
I think what day did you guys see it? Because I saw it the 24th or like the midnight of the 23rd, and then they went to the 24th.
I think I know how to check.
I went to Thursday night before Friday it opened. That's when movies come out. At least in
I literally saw it. I think
Thursday
it was
night
a few days.
And I saw that 4:30. It's Thursday afternoon, and I was like first in line, like ready to go.
I'm checking right now.
I saw it.
I
saw it Friday, and I locked myself in my house for like 3 days leading up to it. I didn't go on social media. I rewatched MC movies.
Yeah,
basically quarantined.
I deleted all
I saw it. Quarantine before quarantine was cool.
I saw it April.
That's it.
April 25th. That's when I saw it. That was the Thursday night.
24th. It felt weird coming out the cinema, and I'm like, oh my god, I know so many people who are gonna go crazy when they realize what happens. But like, it was so surreal coming out the cinema. Like, people crying, people just. I didn't even cry at the Tony snap at first. I was just more like, what the fuck? They actually did it.
You know what really got me when Morgan, his daughter, she said, "I want a cheeseburger." And
man, all the references, like you just like
literal man tears.
That really got me
right there.
She was the cutest little girl in the world. She was so cute. Oh my god, that little daughter. I was like, dude, super cute. Like, where do you find her? Yeah. Anyways, side point.
J-Bug, what's going on? I think we welcomed you a little while back. Not sure if you've touched on it, but what's your opinion on Tenet potentially being postponed, or is it going to hit its release date? I think it hits the release date. I don't think it delays.
I think it also comes out in July.
I think it comes out in July.
Fingers crossed.
They're saying, I saw something, NATO, the National American something Association of Theaters, they said 90% of theaters will be open by the time Tenet releases, and I think they need 80 for it to actually release.
See, the thing is, it's complicated. It depends on the region, and obviously then that will like accumulate if it's enough. But because I work in a cinema, there's no current plans about my cinema opening. But there are plans. They will open like after the 4th of July. But like that could change, depending on what's going on because of like loads of things. Like a lot of people are worried about the protests because, like, of course, that could cause a spike and just generally the riots. Like, there's so many people that are out and about. It's more of like we just gotta hope it doesn't get worse. And I really want to see that film because it looks great. Because I think it's released 17th of July. So it's like a 2 week margin. We just gotta hope within those 2 weeks it like stays. Otherwise, I don't know how long it's gonna get delayed.
I think they need for the US they need San Francisco, LA, and New York open. I think that's
and I'm here to tell you right now, those aren't have any sign of opening ever. Like not for months. LA,
it's possible.
May, Los Angeles in May just did an extended order, right? And then Shamoon touched on this a little bit. All the protests that are going on right now and all these big, large-bodied people together, I say we really find out if it gets postponed in the next 2 weeks or so to see how long it takes.
That's the definitive answer.
If it does spike, we're not getting this movie till fall, maybe even next year. If it doesn't spike and it seems to keep going mellow out like it hopefully has been doing, it's a time game. In 2 weeks, I think we can really, really find out. Like, oh, that's no way it's happening because if it does spike again, we're gonna go back to quarantine almost. You know.
Are you? Did you guys hear about? I think what was it? Falcon Winter Soldier and another MCU project. They're gonna get resumed for production in July, but again, that's probably gonna get delayed more because of what's going on. So I don't. Even,
I already thought they went on. I already thought they got the go ahead that they started filming again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if like you said, like for the next 2 weeks, if things are, as bad. I mean, they will probably wait till right the end of June just to really see if it's that serious. But let's just hope it's not, because I mean, I really want to get back to the cinema. I mean, I miss it.
I think.
I mean, we're all movie buffs.
There's a chance because
exactly.
Cinemark is saying they're planning on reopening within like the next 2 weeks, like sometime in June. I don't usually go to Cinemark, but I'm willing to go anywhere just to watch a movie again. AMC, I usually go to AMC. I have A-list, so I don't know when they're opening again. They have, I think, July, I think is what they're saying, probably. So I think I want it to open, obviously. Christopher Nolan.
It just sucks, man. Like, there's so many businesses I've seen that are opening, and it's like cinemas are, I know, obviously, the hospitality industry is like entertainment. It's getting prioritized last, but like, it's so much better than some of these other places that are like actually going to have more people at. Whereas cinemas, you can really be distant from each other, like do it every 5 seats or something, easy.
Exactly. And I think like a great point that I heard somebody bring up was that like movie theaters are safer because you don't really have anybody talking. Like restaurants and bars and stuff, you have like all these people and like not too far apart, and they're just talking in the air. It could get infested. So I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a very closed environment in that way, but it just sucks it's going to be longer.
Yeah, I really hope. What is it, like 6 weeks at this point? 8 weeks until Tenet? It's really close, so close. I just really hope.
I mean, I can't complain.
It really is.
I can't complain too much. I mean, I still get paid because I'm on furlough, but I mean, I definitely want to get back to cinema. We want to see more films coming out and stuff. It just sucks, really, but it's just a situation.
I'm guessing you guys haven't been to the drive-in movie.
I haven't been in a long time.
We don't have. I don't think we have many in the UK.
You don't have that. I was wondering if you guys had that, Shamo.
I think there's
there's some movies. Oh, really?
I don't understand.
Out there.
I think it's like up north. We do have a few outdoor cinemas, but like it's nothing like. They're really small and they're on like rooftops, which is really cool, but. I don't think they're going to be open either. But oh man, I'd love to go to like a drive-through cinema. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Here in Indy, they're open, and there are a few movies playing, but like nothing like huge, not like Tenet or anything like that. But I know like Trolls World Tour is playing. That one Tracy Ellis Ross. That one Tracy Ellis Ross movie with Dakota Johnson. Forget what it's called, High Note or something like that. That one is there, So there's actually, I don't know if you guys have seen this trailer, but there's this movie called Becky that is out.
It's Kevin James, right?
Kevin James, like it looks
crazy.
I
heard about that.
It looks crazy. He's like this neo-Nazi. He's got like a big swastika tattooed.
Bro, that sounds crazy.
What is it on?
King of Queens to this? What?
I think it's on VOD.
It's on VOD.
Zookeeper Paul Blart to this? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know Kevin James as like the Adam Sandler's like buddy in like the grown-ups movies, or now pronounced Chuck Larry. So.
Oh, Kevin James is he's always been funny.
Yeah. He has a YouTube channel where like he
have you seen the edits he's been doing? The one with I'm Legend
one. The Rocky sound guy or whatever. Like he's hilarious. Dude. He really is. Yeah.
Right. But I really hope we're all right. Like J Buck is saying. He also said, spoilers please. I think we've all seen Endgame, so that doesn't count.
Right, you can't see the film, you think spoilers.
I've seen it, but don't spoil it for me. Tenshu 006. What's up, dude? Max Talks Movies.
Oh, that's my brother.
Oh, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, he joined.
Max Talks Movies. How many solar eclipses do you think will happen before New Mutants comes out? Maybe like
it's never coming out. Never, ever.
We're never getting
ever.
Just drop it on Hulu.
It might be a franchise.
I know.
Exactly.
Like,
Netflix. Something like.
It's so simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Max Talks Movies. Casino Royale or Skyfall?
Skyfall, but I love them both.
Skyfall.
I personally think Casino Royale is a tad bit overrated, and
Agreed.
So I think because I've never finished Skyfall. I've only seen like half of it. So I don't know. I think Casino Royale just based on the fact that I've seen the whole movie, but I don't know that I'd have to rewatch Skyfall, which I was going to do, but then No Time to Die got delayed. So I do need to.
Skyfall's more interesting to me. Casino Royale is it's a starting point to Daniel Craig's 007. So you got to respect that. But I feel like Skyfall is a lot more interesting movie.
Right. Okay. Well, we've got a bunch of questions from Max, so let's get into some of those.
Let's do it.
Favorite film that takes place primarily in a foreign country?
Parasite.
Everyone just got so quiet then. Like, what?
Paris, yeah.
That's
Jojo
A lot of
Rabbit,
war is not in the U.S.
I'd say maybe Jojo Rabbit, maybe.
Jojo Rabbit for me.
I'm not sure where Snowpiercer take place. I don't
Raiders
know
of
where
the
that
Lost
takes
Ark
place.
for me, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
does Fellowship of the Ring?
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings are all New Zealand. Yeah, dude. What's good?
They count. I'm going Lord of the Rings. I'm going any one of them.
Yeah.
Middle Earth.
That's for me.
Middle
Earth. Yes, Middle Earth. Mordor. They play. Yeah. I go Lord of the Rings.
Shire. Yeah.
Mount Doom.
Yeah, Mountain Doom. Rivendell. Sorry, I can keep going on and on.
Right. Yeah.
Worst
Middle Earth.
Worst MCU moments.
Ooh.
For the Dark World. Let's just put that out there. It's not a moment.
Thor Dark World.
It's a 2-hour-long moment.
The whole 2 hours.
Actually, the worst moment.
I don't like how Nick Fury loses his eye at all. I don't like
Oh my god! You know what?
Captain Marvel in general.
Oh, I don't know if you boys feel the same about this, but one scene I didn't like was where Nick Fury got the inspiration for the Avengers name, and he got it just because of Captain Marvel's.
Yes,
I was completely like,
I was like,
how can you name it after her when she pissed off from the Earth and neglected her? What kind of logic is that? What?
No, I was like, I know they were like in the first Iron Man, it was so cool. It was like the Avenger Initiative, and it turns out he got it from one person, a pilot, and I'm like, what? No, that's just kind of. And didn't he call it the Avengers Initiative? And then
it's just annoying how they use that.
And he titled it the Avenger Initiative or something in Captain Marvel. It was really weird. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that.
She's not an Avenger at all, man. She's not Avengers material. Like.
She
needs to build it up to be up there, you know.
She hasn't met the Avengers until Endgame, so
exactly. She's got what?
that's the last movie.
All right, it's been fun, guys. I gotta go.
All right, yeah, bro.
I like Captain Marvel. That's why I said that.
No, I was actually about to kick you out.
No,
leave AJ.
Bye, AJ.
I respected you, but now not.
Okay, let's go.
Moving on.
So
talk about Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
Captain Marvel real fast. And Iron Man, remember when Agent Coulson's coming up and saying the long term to Iron Man about S.H.I.E.L.D.? It's whatever SHIA, he says it, and then Iron Man says to him, you need to abbreviate that. You need a different name for that. Well, in Captain Marvel, they said, this is the S.H.I.E.L.D. logo. Oh, really? There's a S.H.I.E.L.D. logo? This takes place in 2008. Really? Yes. Does it?
Yeah.
Because that was like the number one joke in Iron Man is it made me so mad. And like so many, they try to tie some things in, but like last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye. And
the cat scratched it.
The cat. It's a cat.
So
It wasn't even like a battle.
It wasn't a real cat. It was alien.
It wasn't even a cat. It wasn't even a cat. That's
okay.
It's so
Moving
stupid.
on.
anything from Thor: The Dark World or Captain Marvel can qualify for that.
It's so much, too much, man. It's
favorite. This is a good one. Favorite video you've ever made on YouTube? We'll go first.
That's a very good question. I like that.
Because I don't know how many. I think I made over 180. Because I used to go daily for a while, so I have a lot.
Yeah,
I've made over 200.
I really like my complete Blu-ray collection video. That was a lot of fun to talk about all the movies.
Yeah,
so I'll go with that.
I'd go one of. Yeah, I don't know why I'm behind me. There's
collection?
no videos behind me.
Yeah, it's like a year old, so I'm probably gonna do a new one, like in a month maybe.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do one at the end of the year.
But like, I did the one where I just like pull out every movie. I'm gonna do it that way.
Okay, Trevor did that too.
I think my new Blu-ray haul. I don't know why. I just like that one. I'd say the May 2020 Blu-ray haul. I'd go that one.
I like doing Blu-ray videos the best because I don't like those are like my chill ones. That's like me just watching the movies I got, and I always say like these are really laid back because they are. Like I literally I like doing those because like I don't have to be like put on this facade like, oh, I'm here to talk about the next cinematic masterpiece of film. Right here, I'm like, yo, what's poppin'?
I'm gonna be honest. Like I like a lot of the. There's a few videos that come to mind, but I think maybe it's a very short video and it's not like any of my other content. But I basically did like a audience reaction to a scene from Spider-Man: Far From Home. And like it was when they announced when they brought in J.K. Simmons at the end, and I did an audience reaction for that entire film, but the audio is really bad from like start to end until that bit, and I just thought, why not just upload it? Because like, I mean, me, my brother, my mates, we were going absolutely livid when we realized that he's part of the MCU, and we were just going crazy. But I think it's one of my favorite videos. I can just watch it and just laugh back at it because just our reactions were priceless. But I mean, this is hard to choose, really, because
it's hard to choose. Like it's like choosing a favorite child. Like it's
exactly. They're all my.
I mean, that's a bigger deal if you have a child, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
This is the point, right? Because we're content creators, I feel like how it works is you make a video, you improve on it, and you improve on it. Like,
definitely.
When you come to your latest video, that becomes like your favorite. Like my tier list video, I would say is better than like my very first few videos. Like. It's just the quality of them.
I go back to some of my first stuff, and I'm like, why did people subscribe
video
to
was
me?
like, I think just the reaction. It was like my first ever video. I did a Spider-Man: Far From Home reaction, and like, if you guys ever go and watch it, like you'll just see the difference in that and now. It's like I was just so quiet, so bland. Yeah. I was even holding my camera like that and just like watching TV. It's like,
same here.
Dude, get a setup. It's like, what? It's so bad. But yeah, I mean, I haven't done like a Blu-ray kind of video, but I've seen your videos on them and they did look really good. So I'm not surprised you really picked them.
Yeah, some people. Trev,
I think he was frozen for like a minute, so I think
he can join again. It's the same link. It's the same link. Should we move on? Should we get? Well, we'll answer this real quick. AO, any of y'all fans of Rick and Morty? Who watches Rick and Morty?
Oh, I love Rick and Morty. But if you've watched the rest of the last season, do not spoil it because I need to catch up on it.
I watched like a few episodes with my brother the other day for the first time because he really likes it, and I thought it was pretty funny. But I want to like watch it from the beginning, so I can
Chris,
understand the world. Yeah.
I mean, every episode is just so. It's such a. I mean, you watch a bit of it, you're just so interested by it from the start, and it's so random, it's so spontaneous. I just love it for that reason. But definitely watch it from the start, dude. It's like so important.
Yeah, and then Max talks movies. Well, AJ, you want to say something?
I was just saying that the Rick and Morty. I watched the first episode, and I don't feel like I gave it a fair chance. I didn't care for the first episode, but I didn't go beyond that, so I might need to go revisit it.
Yeah, definitely give a few episodes a chance. Like, if you don't like it, of course, some people might not, but it's definitely a show worth giving a chance. It's just it builds on to greater things. It's just so much. It gets better, like I think, throughout the season. So something to build up on.
And I love adult cartoons like Family Guy. Whatever, American Dad.
I love the humor.
Bob's Burgers. Yeah, I love that humor, but I don't know. We'll see.
Right. And then Max Talks movies. Next Blu-rays you're looking to buy.
Let me pull up my list. I have a long list I keep in my notes.
I got
You're ready for this, love it.
Yeah,
I want to get to.
It's probably an issue. I might be addicted to collecting them.
I think
I definitely. That's me too, and I'm addicted to steelbooks. So I saw a Parasite steelbook.
I saw that on your Instagram story.
Yeah, I
right?
saw that too.
I love it.
Look who's back.
Beautiful.
Trev, we thought you sacrificed yourself for like one of the Infinity Stones. You were so like worried about you.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me okay? Is everything working?
Yeah, you know what? Like, quality is so much better.
I actually hear you better.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's
better
true.
than before. That's what I was going to say.
So,
you know
what's
before or something? Like,
well,
so
I live out in the boondocks of California. So everyone thinks, California, you're famous. You live on an ocean. Yeah. No, I live on a 5-acre ranch. So I have the best Wi-Fi we can have. And it literally just took the biggest shit all over me. It's like, yeah, there you go. So I had to switch over to my hotspot, and it wasn't letting me. I was about ready just to throw my Mac out the window, but here we are.
They don't want to do that.
Yeah,
and we're back.
I think it's great that your hotspot works better than your actual Wi-Fi because we're getting better quality right now.
I pay extra money for my hotspot though. Like I pay my phone bills like $150 a month because of my hotspot, you know. So I pay extra for it. Yeah. Okay. California, bro. It's an expensive place here, dog.
The question was next Blu-rays you're looking to buy. So what would you say for that?
Ooh, I looked it up on this Tuesday. The Hunt comes out. I don't really want to see that, but I generally buy movies sometimes I don't want to see. The Jaws 4K movie. Thinking about it. But I generally go on Blu-ray.com and see what comes out each week. You know, that's generally what I do. So
Damn,
I'm just saying, if you guys want a new Blu-ray, all you gotta do is give me your address and I'll send this your way. You guys can watch it.
I'll seriously do a video on it and review it.
Put it away. Get it out of here.
If you are willing to send it, I will honestly be like, Trev sent me this and I have to watch it and like react to it and everything. I will, seriously.
I'm not lying. It makes you hungry. Like you're sitting them and it's like a close-up. So all you hear is the crunch of the sandwich, you know? And like it's kind of funny because Mel Gibson is just staring at freaking Vince Vaughn.
I'm not gonna lie.
This, you know, and like you're kind of like Mel Gibson, but you're like, why is this a movie? I don't understand. I was really upset.
Just watch a film so boring and then just like take it out and be like, all right, I'm done with it. I'll just get rid of it.
I think for me,
you can look it up on like the scene on YouTube. Yeah. But I'm sure you can look it up. Vince Vaughn eating sandwich dragged across concrete. And you'll see him.
Definitely watch
eats that. That's how he eats, dude. It's whack. It's freaking annoying.
So for me, I want to buy Alien and Aliens because I recently watched those for the first time, and I want to get like the coolest version of them that I can because I'm very weird about these things. I don't want to buy like the new. I don't like if the packaging looks cheap. I like the nicest slipcover I can find and all that stuff. And then I want to buy The Invisible Man, even though I own it on digital, thanks to Trevor. I still want to buy it.
You have to buy it.
Oh, nice.
It's so worth it.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a steelbook for Invisible Man, if that's ever going to happen. I really
hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. I get that.
I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
I think I'm looking for Venom. I think I'm looking for Venom just so I can like say that I own anything that could be considered a Spider-Man movie because I have all the like, actual Spider-Man movies, but I don't have Venom. Even though that's not a Spider-Man movie, I still want it just so.
Actually, I've got the Spider-Man films on DVD, but I actually need to get them in Blu-ray because I got that box set like many years ago, but I need to get it back on.
Actually, the first two Amazing Spider-Mans were the first Blu-rays I ever bought, like a bunch of years ago. It's a fun fact.
Wow.
But yeah, I just need Venom just to say I own anything that could be considered a Spider-Man.
What's the first Blu-rays you guys bought? Other than
mine were a Christmas gift.
Oh, I like this question.
Mine was The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride.
That's the best one.
I like that one. I like that movie.
I didn't even know that had a Blu-ray. I thought it was just DVD.
It's on Disney Plus.
It's on Disney Plus.
You should watch it.
I loved it when I was younger. I haven't seen it in years.
I know. I haven't seen it in like 10 years probably.
Some people, my cousin said that that's better than the first one. And I'm like,
oh, no, not even close.
That's
where is your argument?
You know what? I have my box of Blu-rays here. I'm actually going to see which one was my first because I actually have like.
She was like, the second one isn't a ripped off story of Hamlet. I was like, is that your only argument? Because it was executed beautifully. Like,
it was. It's better than Hamlet. It's better than Hamlet.
Yeah.
You tell me when Mufasa died, you didn't want to cry, like when Mufasa died, and like James Earl Jones, his yell, and how Jeremy Irons says, "Long live the king." You're telling me, you're telling me, Simba's pride, straight to video, is
straight to video. Not even crazy.
There are some good musical scenes in that movie, though. In the second one,
yeah.
That's what she said. She said the music is better. Not
better. No, that's insanity. That's insanity. No,
I don't know. I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Circle of
I was
Life.
Like, how is? I said I gotta rewatch.
Be prepared. Be prepared is like the greatest villain song ever. I mean, Be Prepared is incredible.
Have you guys seen the Lion King version of the one where they sing the morning report?
Yes, I had that DVD. It pissed me off so much. I hated that song.
So I never knew that was added. And as a kid, I'm not lying. I sing that all the time. Like I walk around the house. I'm like, this is the morning report, and I'm like dancing.
I think I had that.
Yeah.
I don't think I have that one
like that song because they added it. It's.
I didn't know they added
Blu-ray.
it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Until the flick pick was like, I can't believe they added this song and ruined the whole movie. And I was like, what do you mean? That's like is the whole movie, dude.
Oh my god.
Have y'all seen the Lion King 1.5?
Yes, I love that movie. Oh, it's so good.
In school, in like fourth grade, they played it at school, and I was like, "What is this movie?" Like, it starts off kind of like Lion King, and I thought we were about to watch Lion King, and then it like gets weird.
I love how it like shows Side Rock and then it zooms like out all the way out to where the meerkats live, and then that song that's like dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel. It's so good.
Yes, it like has a spin on the original. I loved it, but it was just weird watching it. I was like, this is not what I thought.
Lion King 1.5 is better than 2.
Maybe.
My girlfriend and I say all the time, scurry, sniff, flinch. We say that all the time. Scurry, sniff, flinch. We're like walking around Disneyland and we're going, scurry, sniff, flinch. Every time.
Y'all are some Disney lovers.
Bro.
Real quick, why aren't they? Are they not making slipcovers anymore? This bothered me. How Onward didn't have a slipcover.
So much.
They are, but on certain Blu-rays, not on all Blu-rays. I think most 4Ks have slipcovers though.
They do.
Have you seen one for Onward at all?
I don't think I have.
I have seen
probably.
Chris, I really don't like it about slipcovers. It feels like it's like
probably in 4K.
What'd you say, Shamoon?
I was saying I agree. Like I don't like it when there's no slipcovers because it feels like the thing's naked or something. Or
yeah,
it's like pre-owned.
It's true.
You guys know what has a
slipcover?
What?
Huh?
So this movie right here, Dragged Across Concrete, it has a perfect slipcover.
Send it my way.
Send it to any one of you, whoever wants it. Look at that nice.
You really don't want it, do you?
Trev, I'm genuinely serious. Put it on eBay.
I'm just kidding. I don't care if I hate a Blu-ray. I'm just joking because this movie's not good. I don't care if I hate it. I keep it. That's just something weird about me. I'm like, it's part of my collection. Yeah,
I'm the opposite. Like, if I don't like a movie after I watch it or like even rewatch it, I have to get it out, or I feel like it eats away at me inside. I'm like, I can't have this rotting on my shelf. It's tainting the other movies.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very weird about it.
That's brilliant.
That's mad funny.
Shamoon, did you ever decide what your first Blu-ray was?
Do you know what? I had a look in there, but it's actually got no Blu-rays in. It's just DVDs. But I think my Blu-rays are in the storage, so I actually don't know. But I think it was like it might have been The Incredible Hulk from because it was definitely a Marvel film. I remember getting this for like 50p or something. So I was like, yeah, if I'm going to start my collection, I might as well start with that. I did get a few other films. You guys ever seen a film called Homefront with Jason Statham and James Franco?
I think so.
Yeah, it's like when
I know of it.
You know of it. Like I got that on Blu-ray as well, and that was a really good film. Don't many people know about it. It was, wasn't really it? Good. Like never seen James Franco play that kind of role before.
I saw it in theaters with my buddy, my mom. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole daughter thing, like really with Jason Statham and his, I think it was great. Very underrated movie.
Mine is Inception.
Yeah, for sure.
First one.
Nice.
Very first Blu-ray.
Solid pick. I think that was I can't remember. It was early on. I think it was in Last June that I bought Inception.
Inception Steelbook is coming out soon, so I'm pumped for that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get that probably.
Have you guys finished your Marvel movie collection? Because I actually need to get so many on Blu-ray.
I own one more.
I just finished. Oh wow! I just finished my collection a few weeks ago, and guess what it was?
Thor: The Dark
World. The Dark World.
Oh my
yes, it was. I was like, "Am I gonna buy this?"
Yeah, I'm actually curious though. Like, you really like it? Like, it costs quite a lot to get the Blu-rays as well. So it's like you're gonna waste that money, or
yeah, because they're Disney movies. They're like $20 each.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
It was so hard to find it on like the cheap. Like I usually get them for like for like $6-7, but I couldn't find Thor: The Dark World. It was always like $24 or something like that. I'm like, I'm not buying this for $24. So I ended up finding it for like $12. So I was like, you know what, whatever.
You see, what I should have done is when I got the only one I have is Doctor Strange, and I got that when the store I go to, they were having like a sale. So all the MCU movies, I think most of them were like $10-11. I should have gotten more, but I didn't. I only got one, Doctor Strange. I don't think they have that sale anymore, obviously. So
I wanted to get the you guys definitely know about it. Do you know the Infinity Saga box set they did?
Yeah.
To celebrate all films. That I don't know if how much it is right now, but I remember it was like over $100 easy. Because it was I think it was like $200 in America. But I definitely wanted to get my hands on that because it'd be cool to get like a massive. It's just a disc, to be fair, but like just a massive case.
You know what I want?
It's a collectible, bro.
Yeah,
I want the set for Phase 1. It's like a briefcase, and inside there's a Tesseract, and there's the movies on the side. I want to get that. I want to get that. I don't know how much it is. I want to get that though.
Oh, I love collectible stuff like that.
Dang expensive.
It is though. Yeah. Max talks movies. Let's go to more of his questions. YouTuber you want to collab with?
That I haven't already, like, because I think this is like a collab in my mind. By the way, like if we do a live stream,
it pretty much is.
Right. Yeah, pretty much. Because it's the video when it goes up. Like, you can watch this video.
Right.
I mean,
I got two. I guess I want to do like Jared, who was in here, Jared J-Buck Studio.
Oh yeah, I'd be down for that.
I've contacted him. We talked about. I was trying to do his podcast. He's got like a long list for his podcast. Or Elliot from Movie Files. We were going to do one last week when we were doing this stream. We were going to do a Defending Jacob watch along. We were like, you want to join me? Because I've been talking about it too. And I couldn't because of this. So those are two right off the top, I guess. That would be cool to collab with on soon.
I went live with Colin Williams last week, and I think we might have a video coming. And then I know him and Ryan O'Toole have a podcast that I'm also like on the wait list for or whatever. So I'll be doing that down the road.
Nice. I got two as well. There's a YouTuber that I follow. I think he hops on here sometimes. Jaren Talks Movies.
Oh
yeah.
I would love to do a collab with him, and also Nerdy Blurb TV. Come on, hey,
Nerdy Blurb Ryan's gonna be on here next week. Week.
Yeah, I saw that in the comments. Yeah. I hope that pans out.
I hope so.
I've been on his video, but I haven't like collabed with him, like so to speak.
I've been in his fandom.
I don't know if I'm allowed to. Yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but if I get in trouble, sorry, Ryan. I'm a contestant on. He's doing a new series coming soon. I won't say what it is. It's a trivia movie show, and he's gonna start filming the second season this month. And I'm a contestant on it with 49 other people.
Okay.
And it's a trivia thing of sci-fi and fantasy, and I'm screwed in it. But like we've been talking about like doing the preparation for it, and like he sent like a couple videos of how it's gonna look. I mean, this dude I'm not lying. It looks more professional than like a TV show. I'm not even lying. And then I was like, it literally looked like you were on SportsCenter about to go on a boxing match. I'm not lying. I was like, when he sent me, I was like, huh? Like this is what we're doing.
His editing skills are like out of this world, like mind blowing.
He edits everything.
I'm not trying to like be a hater. Yeah. He's a professional editor and filmographer for Dirt Bike Company. Me and Ryan are good buds, and I'm not trying to like hate. I love the schmoes. What he sent me so far made the schmoes setup look weak. I'm not even trying to front. It made it look.
My expectations are high now.
Yeah, you
if you guys don't like it, I'm trying to hype it up. I'm trying to hype it up. I'm a salesman, bro. What's up? It's fire. It's really, really well done, and I'm excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Whenever he does like the fandom initiative, like it looks super professional. So
yeah, it does.
He's so good.
Really,
he's the best. And for someone who does YouTube, like he does like basically 1-2 months out of the year, you know, he's great. Like he barely posts on it because he's busy dude. But
barely posts.
He is. Yeah, he's raw. He's very, very good.
Shamoon, what about you?
I'm not gonna lie. I'd say some of you boys, because I mean, I know I've live streamed with you, but I don't really think I've worked with you guys 1-to-1 really. Maybe just getting some videos going. I mean, I'm very open-minded to a lot of ideas. So I know a few of you said about tier lists. I know you said about that, CV. I definitely think one of my future tier list videos. I'd love to do it maybe on a live stream or get more people involved, and we can sort of list something together.
Right.
We can do definitely like different franchises and stuff. I still remember, AJ, you said about a Mission Impossible ranking.
Yeah.
Or, like, we could definitely. I'd love to do something like that with you guys. So, I mean, I haven't really collabed with people apart from these live streams. Just been doing my own thing, but like, man, just gotta get out there more and speak to more people and stuff.
Yeah, no, we've done a bunch, but there's definitely some we need to do.
Of course,
Favorite movie soundtrack?
Forrest Gump, Remember the Titans, Guardians of the Galaxy. Those are 3 fire ones right there.
Oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was about to say that's tough, and then Chris comes out.
Chris ready. What the hell?
La La Land.
He's ready.
Lion King. I mean,
dang.
I think
they have a Spotify playlist like me, just all movie stuff. Like,
yes, I listen to a ton of movie. I'm gonna pull up the playlist right now.
Honestly, I absolutely love the movie soundtrack. I'm quite obsessed with a lot of the Marvel stuff. The Endgame soundtrack's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Are we talking about or are we talking about like the score or the
just the soundtrack that
like
they
music,
release?
Like score is everything.
I think everything.
The soundtrack, I think compiled everything. Yeah.
The score, the music, the songs.
Okay. Score, music. Okay.
I'd go Lion King and I'd go Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse is nice. Spider-Verse is nice.
The actual score for Spider-Verse is also really, really good. Like besides like the actual
I haven't listened to it.
I'm not gonna lie. I think
my favorite Spider-Verse song is when it's singing "What's Up, Danger," and like he's like running in his new suit, and it's like "What's up, Danger," and like
the leap of faith. And then he does so good. The leap of faith is like the best scene in that whole movie. It's so good. I listen to that song if I'm trying to get pumped up. You know, I think I'm about to go for a run. And like a huge
song. I'm like,
I would be like a huge part of why that works. There's like a specific theme associated with Miles, like everything, like every time there's like an emotional like progression for his character, there's like a da na na that plays, and then there's like a specific theme associated with Spider-Man in that movie, like whenever Spider-Man shows up, dun 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 that, and then they like combine that and they layer that over What's Up, Danger. It like blows the studio version out of the water. Like if you're gonna listen to What's Up, Danger, listen to the film version. There's like a film version up on YouTube. It's amazing. It's so good. The soundtrack is so good.
To make this a bit more interesting, do you guys have like a favorite movie composer, like a specific
Hans Zimmer?
I would say Hans Zimmer, Alan Silvestri, what's his
John
name?
Williams,
Henry Jackman.
Probably.
Michael Giacchino's up there for me.
There's a few good ones.
His Up score and Ratatouille score are fantastic.
Oh yeah,
Giacchino.
He did
like.
He's doing the Batman.
Hans Zimmer do Man of Steel?
Really?
Hans Zimmer is doing he did Man of Steel.
Hans Zimmer did Man of Steel, Pirates.
Hans Zimmer did
3.
like some of the Call of Duty stuff.
He did Inception. He did Inception. He did The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which gets so overlooked. That's a really good movie. I like
Zimmer for sure.
Hans Zimmer's in there.
Top 3.
But no, Michael Giacchino.
He did. I think he did some of the Mission Impossible stuff. Lorne Balfe, or I don't know how you say his name.
Is it the Oh, and no, I'm thinking of somebody else.
Ramin Djawadi, whoever does Game of Thrones, is great too.
Oh yeah, that's
so good.
Who did it for Lord of the Rings?
I don't know.
Ooh, that's good.
Lord of the Rings is good. Lord of the Rings
isn't that I'll know it when I see it. I'll just look it up.
I'll just go on Spotify.
I think Howard Shore.
The theme for Lord of the Rings, I mean, is it won? I think the Oscar.
It is Howard Shore
for score.
Concerning Hobbits is a great
Boy,
one.
that guy's.
I'm really excited for
so
I just love
so good.
I love the flute when they're just running and like in the Shire, you know, and it's like I don't know how to, it's just like and like when Gandalf shows up in the Shire and a little girl's running, I picture the scene in my mind right now. A little girl's running on top of the roof and she's going, Gandalf! That music that's playing right there.
I think my favorite like moment is probably in Fellowship when Frodo leaves and then Aragorn, he's about to like face all the orcs and he has like the sword in front of him and it's like building up. It's so cool. I lost it.
One of my favorite scenes in Fellowship is when Boromir changes from being like the villain of the movie. He's kind of like the unsung. The minds and the corrupted, but he goes in and like Merry and Pippin.
Yeah, you kind of lag, Trevor. We couldn't hear you.
You lag.
Trevor is turning to Terminator.
So when can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
When Boromir is like he's kind of the bad guy of the Fellowship of the Ring. He's kind of the one in the Fellowship that you don't really like, but like he's a jerk the whole movie, and then tries to steal the ring from Frodo. But can you guys still hear me? Merry and Pippin are about to get killed, and Boromir comes and like he starts whooping ass and starts blowing his horn and like really draws the attention to him. That's one of my favorite moments. And then Lurtz, I'm actually doing a Lord of the Rings tier video coming out tomorrow on the villains, but Lurtz is the orc with the bow and arrow. He's one of the most badass orcs ever, and he kills Boromir, unfortunately, But that's one of my favorite scenes.
He takes 3 arrows to the chest.
And when he takes the first one, and he's kind of looking, and it killed the audio. You know, everyone kind of stops and look at him, and he goes like his yell after that when he's going to fight. You're just like. Peter Jackson to me is one of the best directors. I don't know what he's doing now, but we need more Peter Jackson fans.
Like King Kong?
Lord of the Rings.
King Kong. I haven't heard much from him since King Kong.
He produced a movie back in the Hobbit movies, which unfortunately for me, I'm a diehard Lord of the Rings guy. I'm not a Hobbit guy, but he produced. What's it called? Oh my god, it's so bad. He produced. I know AJ loves Hobbit: Unexpected Journey more than the 2 of the Lord of the Rings movies. So we don't need to talk about that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
I do.
Get him there.
You know,
and AJ's uninvited next week. Uninvited.
That opinion sounds like really familiar because I know people who are diehard Harry Potter fans, but they really don't like Fantastic Beasts.
That's me. I love Harry Potter. I cannot stand Fantastic Beasts. I cannot stand that first movie. I don't know why.
First film was really good. I think most people have a problem with the second
one. Was good.
Yeah, most people have a problem with the second one. But the first one, I could not get through it. I'm sorry. I do not like the first one.
It was a good film. I have to disagree on that one.
The reason why people are so upset with the second Fantastic Beasts is because it changed things that happened in the Harry Potter world. I think, and a lot of people are like really nostalgic about that. So like it's having that changed from something new, like something new coming out, kind of like Captain Marvel. Why you got another reason why you guys don't like Captain Marvel because it changed certain things that had already taken place.
Unlikable.
I just think it was
stupid.
Captain Marvel. Again, it's like it was just. It's so
not good that it's not good.
It's so bland.
I shouldn't have brought up Captain Marvel.
Like the side characters.
It's the worst superhero movie to ever exist in all mankind. God dang it!
Backtracking. I feel like that's why people feel like the Fantastic Beasts weren't as good. And I didn't get my 2. I had
soundtracks.
Oh yeah, soundtrack. Greatest Showman. Probably my favorite soundtrack. I love Scott Pilgrim vs. the World soundtrack.
I quite like that.
And so I think those are it for me.
Right.
Underappreciated one, underappreciated movie is War Dogs. I think I've talked about this before on this. Starring Miles Teller and Jonah Hill.
I think
the soundtrack for that. It's like old school, like 80s, 90s rock and roll. And like me and my dad watched this movie. My dad was like, "Dude, this soundtrack, I need to download." My dad doesn't need that movie guy. He was like, "This soundtrack is lit." War Dogs is very, very underrated movie. Really, really good. And Ana de Armas, that's where I first saw her, is in War Dogs. She's beautiful and great and everything in that. Love Ana de Armas is.
You know she dates Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Which is weird because she's like 20 years younger than him. She's like in her 30s. And he's like almost 50 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Within reason.
Yeah, within reason.
I'm glad you brought up Miles Teller because the music in Whiplash, like Caravan and Whiplash, it's good. It's really, really good. I'd listen to that any day of the week. It's so good.
I do too.
But the entire movie Whiplash.
Whiplash,
amazing.
Whiplash is like my new favorite movie. Like honestly, it really is.
It's in my top 5.
I just bought the steelbook. I
need to get it, even though I already have the Blu-ray. I'll double dip for that.
So mad at myself because I saw the steelbook for like a great price like a long time ago, and I didn't buy it because I hadn't seen the movie then.
$6. It was $6.
It was $6 for me too at Best Buy too. I can't imagine how mad I didn't buy it.
I couldn't find it because it was sold out, and then I got it on eBay for like 12. So
double the price. Okay.
So double the price, but I mean, it was worth it.
It's worth it. It's worth it. Make no mistake. Favorite actor/actress that is no longer living?
Ooh. Robin Williams. Easy.
Robin
Williams. I'm about to say it.
I think we did this question last week.
I mean, I'd say one of my favorites is Paul Walker.
Oh yeah, Paul Walker.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Let's not spend too much time on this one because it's getting me kind of down.
Honestly.
I say.
Hold on, we'll pass.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say Philip Seymour Hoffman from
Yeah, he's great.
Oh, that's me. That's me all the way. Philip Seymour was my guy. I don't know if you guys have seen Along Came Polly with Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's a romantic comedy starring Jennifer Aniston and Ben Stiller. You guys should watch it. It's actually a really good romantic comedy.
Very long time ago.
Philip Seymour Hoffman plays as Along Came Polly.
Oh, okay.
And it's Ben Stiller who's on a honeymoon with his wife, and she ends up cheating on him on his honeymoon. And then he runs into an old friend, Polly, who's Jennifer Aniston. And then his best friend is Philip Seymour Hoffman. Just watch it for the basketball scene alone. It is literally, you guys have never seen the things of Philip Seymour Hoffman, big fat guy shooting a basketball. He's saying "Let it rain." You never seen the gift for that? He's like awful at basketball. He's like hucking him up over the hoop, hitting the backboard. Let it rain, raindrop. He's so good in it.
I've never seen that. That's hilarious.
So good. But what is your guys' favorite Robin Williams movie?
Performance.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
It's Good Will Hunting all day. That movie is solidified in my top 5 now. After a rewatch this past week, it spoke to me on a different level this time. I don't want to go too in depth. You can check my letterbox, but it's
so
fantastic.
Good in that. Okay. I have to go Dead Poets Society though.
He's really good in that too.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And it really makes me appreciate those couple teachers you had. You know?
It does.
And, I watched it in high school, and when I watched it, Captain, my Captain, dude, I literally got to give myself chills right now. When I said that at the end, one of the best endings for a movie for me.
That movie has a really somber ending, which is like not a bad thing, but it like ends on a sad note.
No.
I don't know if it's rewatchable.
The whole movie's kind of sad. It's not that rewatchable, but it's like Good Will Hunting's far more rewatchable for me. But Robin Williams, Dead Poets Society, it's like that Good Will Hunting really speak to me. But the Aladdin, the genie. That's really hard.
Aladdin.
My girlfriend and mine, one of our favorite Disney, my girlfriend's favorite movie of all time, but one of my favorite Disney movies. I thought Will Smith did a good genie after Robin Williams, obviously, but Robin Williams was
Will Smith. I liked Will Smith. He wasn't.
I refused to watch that movie. Should I watch it or not?
I like it a lot.
It's worth
it a lot.
Oh,
it's the thing with that film,
Chris. I don't know, man.
Chris, the thing with that film, like,
do you not like it, AJ?
Open mind.
It wasn't.
When you go into that film, you just gotta have an open mind because, like, when you compare it to the classic, you're just like, it's different. I mean,
it's
different.
Yeah, and
Did
I
you
did the
see
same
the
thing.
live-action Lion King?
I was about to say I did the same thing with that. And that movie's dumpster fire. So
yes,
kind of hard.
But Aladdin is the same. Lion King is
Aladdin
like
changed a lot compared to Lion King.
Aladdin is its own movie. Like, if you never, this Aladdin movie is the one that the next generation of our kids will be watching.
Okay.
You know, I'll show them the original, but I'll show them this as well. Will Smith, carries
Lion King was literally like, you can copy my homework, but just try and change a little bit. But they actually just copied your homework without changing anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like Genie like really carried the film in the original Aladdin, and I felt like it was kind of the same way with the remake.
Well, you had to.
It's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing.
It wasn't terrible. But before Genie came on the scene, I was like, getting a little bored, honestly.
I think the start is very choppy. It's not shot very well.
Yeah,
the first like 30 minutes,
like Jafar as well. And live action Aladdin Jafar.
Jafar sucks.
I'm not lying. The original Jafar is one of the best Disney villains of all time.
I didn't really think the live action Jafar did the justice. That really put me off. Like,
no,
I don't know who plays him in the new one, but like, I'm sure he's doing a good job and that he's a good actor. But he's just, it's kind of like
I don't think
he wasn't.
I don't think he did a good job. I don't think he's a good actor. I thought he was awful. This is how he said it. He's like, "Bring me the lamp." You're like, really? Are you kidding me? Aladdin.
You can't do better than that.
Bring me the lamp. I was like, and like the original Jafar's like, bring me the lamp. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll bring you the lamp. My bad. But the
Jafar
when I watched it,
sucked.
I was like angry. I was like, are you kidding me?
It's like the live action one.
Maybe don't watch it. I don't know.
Bring me the lamp.
I don't know if I will.
What they did with the lamp is basically the same as what they did with Long Live the King and the Lion King. They completely butchered the line. They completely butchered it.
Yeah.
It's so like, I'm getting mad.
It's annoying when they do stuff like that.
Just really lower your expectations.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Maybe you'll like it.
Yeah. And either one works.
My favorite Robin Williams movie is RV.
I love RV, dude.
Oh, RV? Yeah. That's actually pretty decent.
Hilarious.
It's funny. Definitely not his best role, but it's just probably the most nostalgic for me.
Has anyone else seen the movie Old Dogs with Robin Williams and John Travolta? Or is that just me?
Yes,
I've seen that.
I used to love that movie.
It's really weird.
It's not so weird.
Doesn't Robert Downey Jr. star in that too? And he's like, is that the movie that Robert Downey Jr. stars in?
It's John Travolta and
the redhead guy.
You might be thinking of
have you seen the? What am I thinking?
Shaggy Dog, or is that something else? That's not either.
No, that's
Shaggy Dog. Isn't that Tim Allen? Yeah.
That's Tim Allen.
I was about to say.
What is that?
I like Shaggy Dog.
The red-haired guy
was a good film.
Is Old Dog, right?
Have you guys ever watched Flubber?
I don't know if you guys have heard of the. Go ahead.
Seth Green, right?
The redhead guy. He's like, so loud of love, so loud for that. And the girl holds her. That's so fun. Only funny scene. Oh, that's so bad.
I don't know if you guys heard of that new Kevin from a couple years back, the Kevin Spacey movie 9 Lives. Isn't that basically like Shaggy Dog, kind of? Like, isn't that the same thing?
No, the exact same thing, actually.
Because that's what I was thinking. Like, I just thought of that. I'm like, that sounds like 9 Lives. And then I realized 9 Lives came after, and I'm like, that's just a ripoff of Shaggy Dog. And I love Shaggy Dog. Shaggy Dog was amazing. So I just thought of that for some reason.
Anything he can get, he's gonna do now, man. You know.
Yeah, it was a Shaggy Dog that Robert Downey Jr. was in. I looked it up. I had to look it up. If you guys seen the court scene, it is so goofy. You guys gotta look up the court scene from Shaggy Dog.
Have you guys seen Have you guys seen The Judge with Robert Downey Jr.?
No, but I know that Robert Duvall got an Oscar nom.
Good.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. It's not great, but Robert Duvall was pretty dang good in it. And he's a judge who ends up going on trial, and his son represents him. So, and Robert Downey Jr. is his son. Good movie, pretty good.
Oh, okay,
right.
Check that one out.
Worst line of dialogue in a good movie.
Worst line of dialogue in a good movie.
So it doesn't have to be like. It doesn't have to be like your best, like your favorite movie or anything, but a good movie that just doesn't have a very good line.
Chris, didn't you do this in your live stream earlier this week? Did you do this question?
There were so many questions. I did like so many
Q&As.
There were
so many questions, bro.
Yeah.
They were rolling in.
I don't know.
I can't remember. I can't think of.
I am Iron Man. Yeah. No.
You're saying that's bad quote?
What?
I was about to leave.
Yeah, bye, man. It was nice.
I was going to leave my own stream.
So the question is, question is, what's a bad line in a good movie?
Yes. You were thinking good line in a bad movie. That's way easier.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just think of good movies. Okay, what's a really bad line in a Marvel movie? In a good Marvel movie.
Oh, Captain Marvel had some really, like
But that's not a good movie. That's not a good movie.
I guess in Endgame, if I think in Captain Marvel and Endgame, where she's like so monotone, where are you going to kill Thanos? It's like, really? That's how you gonna say it?
I love that.
And I did like that because she disrespected the whole Avengers team. Like they all just got their ass kicked and lost all their friends. I'm gonna kill them.
She don't know them. She doesn't know.
Who are you? Sit down, Captain Marvel. You weak whack sauce.
I don't know if
Trevor, go home.
I don't know if you're gonna have an answer for this.
I'd love to see AJ and Trev just talk about Captain Marvel in a video. You guys have got to make that happen. Like,
well, let's do it.
I don't know, man.
AJ
I don't want to. Then I'll have to rewatch it. I don't want to rewatch it, so don't make me do that.
No. That's a really tough question. I feel like we might have to skip it, but I don't know. I want to have an answer.
Yeah, I don't have an answer, sadly. So
yeah, I don't have an answer either.
Just have a look.
Yeah, I would have to search it up.
There's got to be some really, really bad lines.
I'm trying to think Marvel movies. Like, what's a really bad line in a Marvel movie? I'm just gonna search.
Maybe some forced humor in a film that wasn't that funny. Like, I'm just trying to think of that, but
Cheese Whiz. I don't know if you guys heard of that. Cheese Whiz.
Oh, that's what Brody says before.
You guys hear me now? Can you hear me?
Cheese Whiz and
yeah, I don't really like.
What movie is that?
Endgame.
Yeah, when Brody says it.
Endgame. He's like, Thor wants to put on the gauntlet to snap his fingers, and he's like, you know what's flowing through my veins, and then he goes, Cheese Whiz. I thought Rhodey was. I don't like Rhodey that much, but that one. Or when he lands and Paul Rudd drops the tacos, Ant-Man drops the tacos, and he's like, "What's up, regular size man?" I thought that was really just clunky.
Yeah,
did you see the memes on that?
That was rough. That was a little rough.
Memes on that, in real life, Don Cheadle's actually shorter than Paul Rudd, so technically he's a regular sized man. So it just doesn't make any sense.
Joke's on you.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
There's no articles about this anywhere. I can't even find bad Marvel lines. They're just giving me best lines, and I'm not even saying anything.
This is a bit off the question, but can we just agree that Terrence, I think it's Terrence Jones, when he played Rhodey, I feel like he would have been. Sorry, Terrence Howard. Yeah, I think he would have definitely done a better job than Don Cheadle. Don't get me wrong, I like Don Cheadle, but the way Terrence Howard delivered Rhodey in the first film, I loved him.
I think the friendship would have been stronger. I think between him and Robert Downey.
It's that sassiness. He had this thing about him that sort of Tony had, and you can see why they were friends. Whereas with Don Cheadle, it's there's such a contrast with him and his relationship with Tony. But I guess it's just the direction they took. But then, I mean, Terrence Howard's way of doing it was just so believable, and you just enjoyed it more.
Yeah, I feel like the direction kind of changed for the character after they recast.
Oh yeah, definitely.
John Marshall saying, "Don't worry, she's got help from Endgame. Just felt out of place, but still made for a good scene."
Loads of people didn't like that.
You didn't like that, Trev?
I love that part. I got out of my seat. I was hyped, girl power, dude. Let's kick some ass. You know, that's.
I like that scene too.
That scene, when they're all.
It wasn't that bad. People are slating it a little bit. I think saying
it wasn't the line itself. That was forced, but I felt like it was the actual scene. But I loved it.
I get what you mean, though.
Forced. It was forced. Honestly.
Yeah, that's just a very tough question, to be honest.
In some way, yeah. I think I see what you mean. It was pretty forced. In the sense that it has to happen, because I know Brie Larson. She's had a lot of influence in adding more female scenes, in Marvel films, because she was there's a massive rumor and news going around saying she wanted a Avengers A-Force film with all the female heroes and stuff like that. So I feel maybe she really pleaded to directors, can we have this scene? And maybe females were on board with it as well, of course, which is totally fine. If it's just forced, it's not natural if it's forced.
Yeah, and it just kind of seemed a little. A tiny bit weird. It was cool to see them all gear up and the Wasp come in, that
was cool.
That was cool. It was cool, but they did the same thing in Infinity War, if you can remember, but it was a lot more natural.
Yeah.
With when they were in Wakanda,
isn't this with Scarlet Witch
and Okoye were fighting together, and it was like a girl power scene, but it wasn't as like noticeable because it wasn't like she's got help, you know, like that. But
what are the chances that all these female characters just happen to show up at the right time to, you know, strike that pose?
They don't know each other either.
The chances Scarlet Witch can make. Yeah. What are the chances Scarlet Witch can make it from the tower that is like a mile away to there and like that? What are the chances of that? That's what I'm getting at too. She can't teleport
because she's
I don't
because she's the most powerful Avenger. Remember that scene with she's the most powerful Avenger. That's how.
Trev, do you remember?
She is. You're not. No argument.
Captain Marvel, who?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you remember that scene when her and Vision get attacked in Scotland, and Scarlet Witch uses her powers to like push her into the air? I think she probably did something like that, just to make her like travel. But I get what you mean. Like it's really far.
Like she looked out the window and she saw these things coming, and then she's there. Don't get me wrong. I love Infinity War. I've seen it like 40 times. It's one of my favorite movies ever. I'm just saying, if we're gonna nitpick here, like how are all the women just together there? How is she gonna be there? Just that. And here's something for you that doesn't make sense. Thor had no reason to go to Wakanda because he had no idea about Wakanda was.
That's a big theory.
Because in the beginning of the movie, in Infinity War, when Thor is getting his whole team whooped on, Thanos tells his children, "Find them, my children, and meet me on Titan." And then Loki goes, "Well, if I might interject, maybe one guy." You know, Thor had no reason to go to Wakanda. He actually had reason to go to Titan, but he just ends up with Wakanda for fan service. I love it. I thought it was cool in the movie, but that is a fact.
I think if Thor went to Titan, Thanos wouldn't have survived the barrage of like all the characters getting him and stuff. Like if Thor was there, they would have definitely handled Thanos. But it doesn't make sense in terms of the story. Like it's probably like a plot hole.
It is definitely.
But again, it's pure fan service. Like we gotta enjoy.
I always thought he just went there just to help out. That's what I always thought.
I never even thought about.
I mean, he can open the Bifrost, and with Stormbreaker, as Eitri said, that's why it's like one of the best weapons for a king of Asgard. But I mean, there might be some more details about that. Like, I mean, if he goes to Wakanda, there's got to be something about maybe the weapon he got. Like he knew they were going to be there, but then. Groot and the others.
That's a theory. That's us speculating. If you're going off the film alone, the Russo brothers said, we're going to get the audiences to flip the F out with this scene. When Thor comes to Wakanda with Groot and Rocket, you're telling me the audience won't flip out? That's what they're looking at. And they said, him and Kevin Feige are saying, let's get some fan service in here. And even if you go in Endgame, Ant-Man is in the car, in the van, trying to hotwire it. Then all of a sudden,
I remember this. And he was taking the Leviathan in the thing.
Through a big worm through.
Yeah,
you guys will see it. I noticed it 2 weeks ago when I rewatched Endgame. I was like, plot hole.
But the thing is, when you watch the film, you'll never notice these things. Like during the film, you're never going to see this unless you rewatch it 100 times, which we have.
Exactly.
But going back to the bad line,
in a good 40 times. We watched Endgame for like 10 minutes.
Wait, I thought it was good line. Okay, well, it's supposed to be good line in a bad movie, right? No. It's a worse. Yeah. It's worst in a good movie. And John Marshall said save Martha in BVS. So I do like BVS, and I would say save Martha. I would say save Martha is a bad line.
Because I like BVS a lot. I like BVS a lot. And sorry, Chris, my bad. But I'm a dick. I know.
I was saying I made the face because BVS is a bad movie. That's why I'm like, this is not applicable.
BVS is great. I love BVS. But when
especially
she goes,
the Ultimate.
When Ultimate Edition is great, but when Ben Affleck goes, I'm a friend of your son's, and she goes, I can tell, the cape. You gotta be joking me, bro. That is so bad. That is like, really? That's what we're going with? It's bad.
Yeah, like cape doesn't mean anything. That doesn't. Anybody could wear cape. Oh, I'm a friend of Superman.
I mean, that whole movie's dumb to me. Sorry.
No, I like it.
I don't want to watch 30 more minutes of it. I just don't want to.
It changes a lot, though. It helps a lot. A lot.
Maybe I will one day. But
definitely watch it.
3 hours, I don't know.
Oh, okay. It is kind of long.
Can't hear you, AJ.
We can't hear you. Oh, I know what happened. No,
I still can't hear him. Wait, Trev, say something.
Hi.
I can't hear him. Boys, can you hear him?
No.
Can you hear me?
I can hear.
Is there a mute button for Trev? This is quite lame.
AJ, you have to go. Can you guys hear me? Hello.
Yeah, I was just playing with you.
AJ, go to settings.
Your cam and mic.
Yeah, go to cam and mic, and then go to audio, and then change what you're using to record or stream or whatever.
Change that. Chris taught me that one.
Oh yeah, I did. I remember that.
The first stream we did, I was like, I can't do anything. Can't hear you or see it. Poor AJ. It's like, what do I do?
Yes. Oh, okay. Bye then. Okay. He just left. I guess we can go through some of these then. John Marshall said a while back, Guardians 1 or 2. That's pretty easy. 1. I go 1. That's an easy answer. Max. Back and forth. Max talks movies favorite Bond song. Mine's "Live and Let Die." I don't know.
Skyfall for me.
That's Skyfall.
Skyfall straight away. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really listen to the song all that much.
That was great.
I like the one for Casino Royale. I can't remember the name for it, but I like the Casino Royale one. We get. Okay, I thought it was like AJ commenting that I'm not in there or something. John Marshall. Oh wait, no, I already said.
I think we already got that.
Yeah. What would you guys say is a movie that changed your life in any way?
I'd say I think Endgame for me, like just because I'm such a huge Marvel fan, like anytime we talk about it, I'm on it. Just the way the fan service, the way they dedicate so much to the film, and like it's also the build up. When you love Marvel as a kid, like you never think things would get this big, like how it did.
That's true. Yeah,
it's just how it started, right?
1 second.
Are you okay?
Swallowed the wrong way.
That happened to me on the stream too. AJ, can we hear you now?
Hello.
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me?
You good, Chris?
I'm back, boys.
Let's get back to the way it was, like that. Oh wait, nope. Wait, messed
up.
Messed up. Okay, I'm trying to get back to the way it was. Okay, good. Were you saying something or?
No, I just swallowed the wrong way. I didn't want y'all to hear me cough.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about. I was just saying, like the build up for Endgame. Like, I think Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire was probably the first film though that really like changed my life. Like, really got me into superheroes and that entire theme. Really elevated pop culture as well. But there's a very small amount of films that can really affect you in that way and get you into everything, like movie and all that. But it depends how you see this question. Like, it depends if you gained an interest out of a certain film, or if like that specific film had an impact on your life, like it changed your life in essentially lead a better life, or it's really dependent.
I think that honestly, Good Will Hunting on that recent rewatch just hit me on a different level, man. Like, so I'll probably go with that. As far as like, just like not worrying about what people think about you and like doing what you need to do. It's just a lot of different things. I go deep into it, but yeah.
I think I'd probably go like you, Shamoon.
I'd have to go.
No, go ahead. Can you hear me?
No, you're good.
I thought you were frozen. I'd go the first Spider-Man because that was the one that really kind of got me into the character, and that was just like really just something else. I'd go Spider-Man 1.
I'd have to go if we're talking like movies that got me into serious movies. It would be I'm blanking on the name. The Blind Side starring Sandra Bullock. For like an Oscar type movies, that was probably one great movie. I still love watching that. But honestly, for me, and Chris knows this, is like I quote this movie daily. Is Step Brothers.
Yes,
I quote that movie every day, and like literally, I can quote that entire movie. So when I'm like every day, literally, I will be at work, we'll be walking around, hanging with friends, anything, and I can quote. I put a rat trap between your legs. Like I'll say something crazy. Like that. So I watched that when I was in 4th grade. My mom let me watch it because she didn't know what it was really about. And, like halfway through, my dad, my brother are laughing, and my mom is sitting like this, like, what have I done? I'm like, what does that mean? But no, I'm like, it's so good. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. So I'd have to go Step Brothers for sure.
So good.
AJ, what about you?
I'd say I don't know. There's a lot of movies that have really changed my outlook on film. Period. Inception probably was the first film that I've watched that was like really, really psychological. I had never seen like Memento or any of those other films. So I think Inception really it really got me there. Another movie that I watched that was just like mind blowing. Shutter Island, and what's that other movie? Russell Crowe.
Gladiator.
Gladiator.
No. It was mind bendy. The Beautiful Mind. Beautiful Mind. Yeah, it was crazy. I think those are
good job, Chris.
Films that those films really like changed like my mind about film. Period.
Right. Yep.
There's quite a good few choices. Like I know I've already said a few, but I mean, if you guys watch Fight Club, right? Just like I still can't get over like how that time occurred. Like what? And also Joker. I mean, these psychological thrillers. Fight Club's. I mean, I need to rewatch that, but I still can't get over how the whole. It's similar to Joker, with like that chick he thought was like always there and she never was. It's very similar in that way.
Yes, that was really well done by Todd Phillips and the Joker. That was like my girlfriend.
I was not expecting that.
My girlfriend said there's no way this is real. She like early on. I was like, "What do you mean? He found love. God, leave him alone." She was like, "No, he wouldn't be with a girl. He's too awkward. There's no way." And then we find out everything basically in the movie was that. I was like,
that was crazy. Honestly,
it was. Yeah.
Well, during the Joker time, do you guys remember like you weren't supposed to go see it because like the theaters were going to be like vandalized and stuff during the Joker? Mm-hmm. So me, my girlfriend, and my girlfriend and four of the people were there opening night. My dad was like, "Dude, I don't think you should go just to be safe." And I said, "I will not live in fear to stop me from seeing this movie."
There was
but no lie, like I was pretty sketched out. And then at my theater that night that I went to, there was like there's only one security guard there. There was 4 like security guards with guns fully loaded and everything. So it was there were different precautions. There were 6 people in the theater. In my theater, 6. I was like. I got really nervous when that happened. I was like, "Oh God!"
And it went on to make $1 billion.
No kidding.
Amazing film.
Yeah.
Todd Phillips made $100 million on that because he said, "If this movie isn't profitable, I won't take anything. But if it is, I want 10% of what we gross." And the movie grossed over $1 billion. He got $100 million payday. He got $100 million payday for that movie. He's a very smart guy.
Very, yeah.
So,
it went so much against Hollywood. That's why I can't forget how great this film was. Like, just really picked out of things. There's so much crazy things going on in the film. Like the scene with his mom, the scene with Murray. You get what you find us out. Like that scene is just whoa. It just takes you by surprise. It's insane.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what's a movie that really took me by surprise though? Like, just hear me out. Is Dragged Across Concrete. It's like so crazy. I mean, I couldn't get over how I was like, wow, look at me. I'm sorry, I had to.
Oh my god.
I think that means we can move on. Best scene from a bad movie. This is way easier. Best scene.
Well, right here when he ate the sandwich, it was just so engaging and just a crunch sound.
I'm actually trying to take this question seriously.
I have an answer. Ready?
Yes.
What's that?
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. From The Room. It's a great scene.
I think.
Oh my god.
I think the scene. I think Justice League is very bad. I think when Superman comes back, though, I think Superman, when he comes back, that's pretty solid. I think that's solid for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was really good.
I would agree. I like Justice League, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Why, AJ?
Oh my god! I really hope I think I've got good hope for the Snyder Cut. Though. I'm quite excited.
Oh yeah, definitely. I hope it improves in every aspect.
The amount of characters he wanted to add to it, he wanted to add like way more and like actually see Green Lantern possibly if that's actually going to happen. Because there's obviously a lot of rumors right now about it, but
Yeah.
Hopefully there'll be better things.
I wonder if they're gonna take the Green Lantern from the HBO Max show and like kind of use that same actor or what. That'd be interesting to see.
I'm very curious.
Are they doing Jon Stewart in the show, or who are they doing?
Yeah, it's going to be Jon Stewart from what I've read.
Because I don't know if Snyder wanted Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart. I don't know which one he wanted.
Both. Why not?
Both, yeah.
I think Darkseid's supposed to be in this as well, which I'm really hyped for.
I'm excited for that.
Ryan Reynolds.
See that, yeah.
If they bring back Ryan Reynolds to that, oh my god, that would just be funny. Oh my god.
Just blame it on the multiverse, you know?
Yeah.
Barry messed up the timeline again.
Right.
Okay. 9. Weirdest film that not a lot of people have seen. It has to be weird.
Weirdest
film? Weird.
When you say weird, do you mean just like weird you just can't process weird, or like just what the hell is that kind of thing?
I'm guessing the second one, probably like strange, like weird.
Oh, okay.
You know.
I don't watch a lot of weird stuff, to be honest with you guys.
I'd go Snowpiercer.
Yeah, Chris just puts it in the dumpster.
I'd go Snowpiercer. That's a very strange movie. It's a good movie, but it's strange. I don't think that many people have watched it. It's really good though.
That's a tough one.
That's Bong Joon-ho. I think that might have been the one he did before Parasite, or maybe it's the one before the one he did before Parasite, but it's Bong Joon-ho. That's probably the only weird one that comes to mind. Like you, Chris, I don't watch a lot of weird stuff. I don't think that many people do. I don't think that many people want to, unless it's unintentional, like you don't know what you're getting into.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good question, but
I thought Trevor's now going to be like, well, I know a weird film, and he's just going to promote that film again.
Yeah, I know that's.
I was waiting, Trev. Trev, you just sat
it was
like this.
too
Yep,
obvious. That's why
he's waiting for a good one.
I was about to, that I said I think Chris will probably punch me if I do that again, and I think I lost you guys again
through the screen.
Oh my goodness!
He'll grab you by the throat like in the first Hulk film.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're frozen now.
Bro, it's gone into a toaster again.
My phone's almost dead. So let me charge it.
I don't know why, but when it started, it was like it's like 4K, and I was like 480p, like when you haven't processed your video yet, kind of thing.
Right. All right.
Oh dear.
Best directorial debut.
Who?
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs. I was going to say that.
Yeah,
right.
Even though I love Whiplash, technically it's not his directorial debut. He had this movie called like something about a park bench, I think. So,
yeah.
But Get Out for Jordan Peele, another really good one.
Oh yeah, Get Out.
Oh, that was a great film.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele's been smashing it with Us as well, and I think he's got more.
Yeah, he's producing Candyman.
And I think Sam Mendes,
that's the one
for American Beauty was good. So.
Yeah, definitely some good ones in there. This should be interesting. It's actually pretty easy. Prequel or sequel trilogy? I already know me and Chris. I'm saying prequel. Pretty easy.
And it's really not close for me.
Yeah, not even.
Sequel trilogy?
I'd go prequel. Well, yeah, no. Well, hang on. Let me think about this. It's a little close. It's a little close, but I'd still say prequel just because I love Revenge of the Sith so much. Whereas Force Awakens, I like, but it's not great. Last Jedi I still like, but it's kind of closer to like just middle ground. And then Rise of Skywalker I don't like at all. So, whereas I dislike Phantom Menace. I hate Attack of the Clones, but then I love Revenge of the Sith. So I guess that kind of
Revenge of the Sith is still one of my favorites. Easily.
Yeah, that's in my top 4 still. I really like it, and so yeah, I'd go prequel trilogy. What about
apart from all the memes and taking the seriousness out of it? It's still such a great film.
Except for the
dialogue. The memes obviously add to it, just makes it so much.
Yeah,
like,
the prequel
the
memes are
dynamic.
amazing.
Like the.
So would you go prequel to Shamoon?
Yeah.
All right, AJ.
Got me.
I would say prequel just because Revenge of the Sith.
And Film Geeks, I'm guessing prequel.
Or
here's my dilemma. What do you say?
He thinks you like.
Wait, I'm waiting for you to say which one you're going to choose. I remember you said you like Rise of Skywalker.
He does.
I do like Rise of Skywalker, and I do like The Last Jedi, and I do really enjoy Force Awakens. The thing for me is I think the two first prequels, Phantom Menace and Attack of Clones, aren't horrible. Like I've watched them many times. Look at Chris about to go to sleep on me.
I couldn't help.
I think all the Star Wars movies we got, I think all Star Wars is good Star Wars. I love Revenge of the Sith, but for movies I probably rewatch more, like for the 3, I would say the sequel trilogy, I rewatched those 3 more than I rewatched Revenge of the Sith. That's where I'm coming from.
Okay. And then
don't get me wrong, Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars movie. Don't get me messed up.
It is your
all-time favorite? Yeah, it is. Yeah, my all-time favorite Star Wars movie. Okay. And it's like that and Empire are like almost tied, you know. But
okay.
I actually don't like Empire that much. I think that's overrated.
I can't believe that. I thought AJ was unpopular.
He actually.
Oh my god!
He actually left.
I thought that was a bit of a cold take, though. Not gonna lie.
It is a hot take. It's a very hot take.
No, a cold take. I'm saying cold. No,
he just left. Okay. Favorite movie weapon besides lightsabers? I'd go
STEM and upgrades. Pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, STEM. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
STEM's pretty cool. Iron Man suit.
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
Has Stormbreaker 100%.
I didn't think you were coming back.
I'm a Cap fan. I'll pick Cap Shield.
The Empire comment.
Let me just do this so we're back to the way it was. Let's do that, and that's okay. A little messed up, but it's okay. I think the question was favorite movie weapon besides lightsabers.
I like Thor's hammer and Stormbreaker too.
Yeah,
I think we can all agree Stormbreaker is just so badass. Like,
yeah, I love
just
Stormbreaker.
It.
I think we missed a couple of questions here. Let's go through
Sonic
these.
Screwdriver.
What did you say, AJ?
I said Sonic Screwdriver. I don't know if anybody gets that.
Okay. Have any of you guys gone to film school or been in a film-related class before?
No.
Not really.
Yeah, I've taken some film classes.
I've taken video and audio production. So I guess that it qualifies as filmmaking.
Well, I don't know if you can class media as that, because I did media studies in school and I did it at college. So like,
I would consider that.
Yeah.
John Marshall. The first movie I remember getting really into was Jurassic Park and Spider-Man 1. I've watched Jurassic Park more though, so that's probably more impactful. I watched it 20 times before I found out there was a second and third one. Yeah, I think there is a Jurassic Park. I think that is one that gets a lot of people into it.
There's a fourth and fifth one too, if you didn't know.
Yeah. Technically, those are Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Worst moment in a Spider-Man film. This is tough.
Oh man.
I mean, like,
gotta think back on Spider-Man 3.
Everyone would say the dance scene, but that's kind of become infamous in a way.
It's kind of obvious.
I like the dance scene, honestly.
I'm not a fan of how Peter Parker loses his powers in Spider-Man 2. Don't get me wrong, I'm not big Sam Raimi Spider-Man guy. Recently rewatched trilogy, but when he lost his powers, I thought it was a bunch of baloney. I was like, are we for real? That's the one thing in the whole. I think Spider-Man 2 is far better than the first one and the best of the trilogy, but that was that 20, 30 minutes, whatever it was, him no powers. I was like, man, that buzz killed for me. I know certain you have your reasons for why you like it, but I think it was a buzz kill for me.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say that for me at all. But I think if I were to Spider-Man moment, I'm thinking MCU because that's very easy to pick on. I'm thinking maybe Far From Home, something like Far From Home.
Oh, I remember that scene in Far From Home. You know when like Peter goes to he gets that when he gets called Night Monkey and then like he takes that whole new like alter ego. When he sort of like I can't remember that woman's name. Like he basically like that whole scene like when Thingy like sees him takes a photo and then like goes,
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
So cringy, that it's just.
That's what I was about to say, because that doesn't. It was initially funny, but then when you go back to it, it's
Can you hear me?
really. Yeah, I can hear you. It's really uncomfortable to watch because it was initially kind of funny. I think it's either gotta be that. Yeah, Peter Tingle. Yeah.
Yeah, just call it
the
Peter Tingle thing. I mean, I get it's like they're not calling it the spider sense, but just call it spider sense. Like, why
they're scared? I don't know why, but they're scared of like making it too similar, and that really bothers me. That bothers me. They're making it too. They don't want it to be like the same old, which is why they're not like referencing the origin at all. But that means they're not referencing Ben, and a lot of people have a problem with that. So, yeah, I'd either probably go that scene in Far From Home, or maybe I'm trying to think of Homecoming.
Did they not reference Ben at all in the MCU Spider-Man?
Ben has never been mentioned. Peter has only.
They should give him like even some Easter eggs about Uncle Ben. Like, should be something at least.
The only mention we've had technically is BFP on Peter's suitcase, which he destroys.
Yeah,
blows up.
I remember saying about that.
So yeah, that doesn't even mean anything to him because the suitcase just blows up.
It's been going through or something like that.
Yeah. The only reference we've had is Peter like saying, "I can't put May through that again" after what happened to her. That's all we've had. That was in Homecoming, and then Far From Home. That suitcase is the only thing. But then he doesn't even care because the briefcase gets blown up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my luggage got blown up. Oh yeah, no problem. Let's just go." He doesn't even care about it. So. Yeah,
but you got to think about this. If that's like a problem, in Spider-Man 1, when Ben dies, that's even more of a blowover. Uncle Ben died. Peter gives him a tear, says, "I'm out of here." So if we're mad about the suitcase, Uncle Ben just dies.
I'm out of here,
dude. Peter just leaves. I'm gonna go kill that guy. You can't wait a day. You can't chill with your Uncle Ben, who's like your father figure, and after you're being such a jerk to him, you just dip out. But I'm saying certain was saying like
wait, which one are you talking about in the car?
Gone, whatever.
No,
are you talking about
after finds them outside the WrestleMania?
And Ben is
but he dies. What's he gonna do there?
Right. He's going to avenge.
You were saying like I'm just saying this like certain said it blew over that his luggage got blown up. He said, "Oh, luggage got blown up, whatever."
Like,
I said, "Okay, your Uncle Ben died, whatever."
Like what I'm saying. I'm not saying I want an extra 20-minute storyline about, "Oh my god, my luggage got blown over. Oh my god." I don't want that. I don't want that.
How are you gonna left? Ben died. Okay. I freaking if I stub my toe in the morning, I'm pretty bent out of shape for us today, dude. So my uncle's father figure died. I'm gonna lose it, man. That's all I'm getting at.
I think what they were doing is like he's like filled with rage in that moment, so he immediately chases after him. That's how I interpreted it, at any rate. So
and he kind of goes through a depression later on.
Yeah, he does. Like after his graduation, he does.
Yeah,
like I miss him.
Yeah,
there's that whole scene. I can see what you mean though. I can see like initial watch. I can understand that would be a problem.
That's kind of hate on the Sam Raimi.
Oh, really, Mr. Unpopular? Don't even start with me, boy.
AJ, you are a fan of the Sam Raimi movies, correct?
I love the Sam Raimi.
So okay. I think they're great.
Yeah. I'm not saying you weren't.
It's always going to be nostalgic and just
that's the very first superhero film I ever saw. So.
Yeah, but even if you move past nostalgia, they have great messages in every film, and I think the best part about them is Sam Raimi treats them as like films first with like actual messages. You know, they're not just popcorn flicks.
They are quite deep in a lot of ways. Like I think I get overlooked because of the memes and all the things that have come up in the others.
Okay, I just wanted to say one quick thing because I didn't really get to speak on the Spider-Man thing, but I know you love the Amazing Spider-Man movies, but in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, when Dane DeHaan, he plays Harry Osborn, he starts to like turn into the Green Goblin or whatever. I swore, I turned to my friend, I said, "I don't have epilepsy, but I'm scared I'm gonna have a seizure." I was like, it was like a 3-minute long scene, and the lights were bothering the crap out of me. I was so nervous.
Yeah,
I was literally freaking out during the theater. I was like, this has to end. The scene has to end.
I like those movies, but I acknowledge there are problems with those movies, especially in Amazing Spider-Man 2. That anything with Green Goblin, especially after he turns into Green Goblin and then shows up, that's very moving on. I absolutely love Joker. It's a 9 out of 10 for me, but my only issue is that it borrows way too much from Martin Scorsese's The King of Comedy and Taxi Driver. That is a very common complaint that I have heard. Yeah, for sure. Max talks movies. So you consider a different cut of a film a different movie? In some cases, yes.
Yeah, definitely. It depends on obviously the difference, like how much.
Yeah, it depends on what's added and what's taken away.
Yeah,
like
let's just hope Justice League's
like main plot points added and taken away, then yeah, but essentially it's the same film.
Yeah, like BVS is like a very different film.
I haven't seen the Legendary Edition or whatever it is.
They got an extended cut for that, don't they?
I have it. Yeah, I just haven't watched it.
Yeah, I have it. Yeah. Max Talks Movies. Have any of you seen Velocipaster? If not, search it up. It may be free on Vudu. I've heard about it. I've heard it looks very weird. I don't want to watch it. John Marshall, is the HBO Snowpiercer good? I have not seen it. Have any?
I heard good things.
I haven't heard it.
I haven't seen it. Max Talks Movies. Gotta go. Thank you so much.
That was perfect timing.
Phone just
gotta go. In the back it said gotta go.
My phone just went off in the back. I have the Elevate song from Spider-Verse as my ringtone. That's why it went off. If you guys were actors, what would be your dream role? It could be like an iconic character already, like James Bond, or a type of person you would like to play.
Oof.
Well,
I'm obviously gonna say a Marvel role, like playing. I mean, obviously for me it'd be difficult. Like I don't know who I'd cast myself as if I was in Marvel, because it's just. I mean, if there was a Captain Britain, 100%, I'd go for that role. Because I mean, technically, but I can't make Captain America. It just doesn't work. Like, but yeah, I mean, any sort of comic book role or anything you've grown up with as a kid, like 100%, anything like that.
I think I know what Trevor's gonna say. I think
Joker.
Not Joker. I think I know what he's gonna say.
What?
Trevor.
Hercules.
Are you gonna say Peter Pan?
Oh yeah, he said he loves
Peter Pan.
Are you guys? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you guys mean like a certain character. A certain character I would want to be, of course, is Peter Pan or Hercules. Just get me whatever Dwayne Johnson's doing, and I'll be good to go. I love to sing, too. Like singing is my favorite thing ever. So to be able to sing my favorite Disney songs ever, don't get me messed up. That'd be the coolest thing ever. But like Peter Pan, obviously, like I told you guys a story. Like at Disneyland, I saw Peter Pan, and like he has a wig on, and I had long hair at the time. My hair went down like right here, and it was like all slicked back, and it looked like a total dumbass. But I took my hat off. I was like, and he literally was like, oh my god, like he actually has real hair, and so I would probably say Hercules would probably be like a dream role. But if anything, I would be like when I was in acting in high school, I was always like in funny plays and shows like that. I was a funny actor, so that was probably like a funny person role, like a Will Ferrell type role, probably.
Oh, an entertaining role would definitely be a dream role.
You know, that seems more fun than being like these serious, like Joaquin Phoenix, to see him get so serious and dark for these. Or see Will Ferrell do Daddy's Home, Get Hard, Step Brothers. I'm like, I'd rather be Will Ferrell and have some fun than get so angry and serious and dark and mysterious.
It really depends
Will
on
Ferrell doing Get Hard. I'm cool.
Because as an actor, like obviously it depends on the route you want to go. Like, yeah, you just want to get into the entertainment, a funny role, that could be a dream role for you. But what if you wanted to really test your capability as an actor and go for a role like Joker, like Heath Ledger did, and Joaquin Phoenix, and how they dedicated themselves to the role, and obviously commitment, like with like if they have more films of that character, it's like in that sense you are kind of living a dream. If people really appreciate a very popular character, and now you're embodying that, like I can imagine that feeling like a dream. Like look at Robert Downey Jr. Like being Iron Man. Like man, he doesn't even get called Robert Downey Jr. It's like yo, Tony Stark. Like just imagine having that feeling and just knowing, yeah, I freaking play Tony Stark. Like I am Tony Stark. Like it's gotta feel great.
Yeah, right.
Like, to be fair, Will Ferrell is kind of Ricky Bobby, you know.
Will Ferrell, Ricky Bobby.
You know, like Will Ferrell's like, hey, Ricky Bobby.
Oh my
god!
Do people actually like that movie? No, I'm thinking Blaze of Glory. I'm thinking Blaze of Glory. You're talking about Taylor.
Blaze of Glory is hilarious. I think Blaze of Glory is so good.
You like that movie?
Oh my god!
I like that one a lot. It's really fun.
Blaze of Glory.
He's like singing, you know. no one knows what it means, but it's provocative. No one isn't. It's the people going.
Yeah.
And Clark Adventure. That's a great movie. Yeah.
Anchorman would definitely be a dream. Imagine if like all of us were in that type of film. Like you'd have a lot of fun with that. Like that'd kind of be a dream. Like
I would get no work done. I'd just be laughing at you guys.
It's also like improvised. It'd be too fun.
Right. I probably would say my dream role. I always kind of imagine myself as like like somebody on Mission Impossible, or like somebody behind a computer talking into somebody's ear. Like,
I can imagine
you're gonna go this way, like looking at a map or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so
I got
that's
you.
me.
What about Chris?
I totally blanked on the question.
It was
like, what would your dream role be?
Oh, Iron Man. He's cool. I don't know. I'll go with Iron Man.
I'd go probably like same with you, AJ, like Mission Impossible. I just want to do like a crazy stunt. I just want to do like a crazy stunt.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That's something that I really want to do.
Imagine doing half the stuff that Tom Cruise does, like the helicopter scene in the
oh my gosh.
In Ghost Protocol. Oh my god, like imagine doing that.
If I had to do one of his stunts, I'd probably do, because I'm kind of scared of heights, so I'd probably it's the same thing either way. I want to do Burj Khalifa. I do probably the airplane one, but that's also kind of a heights one, so
that's heights.
I'd probably do the airplane one. But Burj Khalifa is like super tall. Burj Khalifa is like the tallest building, so I wouldn't do that one.
No kidding, man. Like that, you would probably have no fears anymore if you can climb that.
Pretty much.
The motorcycle scene.
Hashtag no regrets.
And which one was that? Rogue Nation. The motorcycle chase was dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's one that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I'd probably hang off a plane, although I still don't want to do that. Ayo, Trevor, this one's for you. I'm about to rewatch the Lord of the Rings trilogy for the first time in 5 years. Do I watch the extended editions or regular editions?
Oh, extended is. I mean, if you definitely want a longer film.
Yeah.
If this is your first time rewatching it in years, I would say watch the regular edition, just because you get like the main. And if you want to go back and rewatch, I'm not going to say they added a ton. In Return of the King, they add kind of a cool scene with the character Saruman, but like they don't add a ton. They make them longer for sure, but like the real theatrical versions that like I watch, I've only seen the extended versions one time years ago. So rewatch the regular theatrical version, embrace the Lord of the Rings, and I don't think you need extra. I think you need to embrace what they give you the first time, and you love it. You can look up the other scenes, because Return of the King was the only one I really recommend, because that king, the scene in the beginning with the character Saruman, what happens, you actually get some closure with his character. It's actually pretty funny, so it's pretty cool, and you should check it out. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's mad fun.
I don't think I've watched the extended ones. I've only seen the theatrical.
Okay. I've seen one of them.
Cam Silas, hi everyone. Hi.
What's up, dude?
Simply Cinema. Sorry, that just made me laugh.
He's probably laughing because it's a girl.
Cam is Chris's girlfriend.
It's all good.
Hey, I call girls dude all the time.
It's seriously fine. Yeah,
I call my girlfriend dude.
Chris had like no reaction to it.
Oh, right.
No, I'm just kind of tired.
Yeah. Sorry. Hey guys, I only have a little bit of time to stay. You going to listen in. Thanks for joining. I don't know what that last part means, but thanks for joining. Cam Silas, have any of you heard of the theory that Captain America died in Infinity War? I heard it yesterday, and I think it's really interesting. I don't think I've heard that.
Interesting.
Have you guys heard that?
I saw that. It said that like the punch that Thanos landed killed him, and then like
all the people,
the time stone after like it like reversed it, so it came back to life. But I don't agree with it.
Apparently, all the characters in that moment died until the time stone. So like, I was like, it'd be a bit. I don't know. It's a bit of a stretch because like you probably see it happen rather than just having the background. It's too big of a moment to not show them coming back. But like, it's an interesting one indeed.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And then probably the final question we'll take, if somebody has a last minute question, drop it in the chat. I suppose though, if as an actor you get a role that becomes so too iconic like Bryan Cranston in Breaking Bad, the trouble is that you would only be recognized as that role. That is a problem. That could be
an issue.
Tony Stark is forever Iron Man, nothing else.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Yeah,
you can't do anything else, dog. You made.
Then again,
that he made $10 million for 8 minutes of Homecoming?
Yeah, I heard that. Yep.
It's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
That's
But he's
like
that's trash. Bro.
That's like watching that scene in that. Like,
but a little like kind of like a backdoor to that statement. Like, if you do become that iconic, then when you do other stuff, that can be like a kind of like a marketing gimmick almost. Like, this is the guy who was so iconic in like that iconic role in this movie, and that kind of becomes like, hey, that guy was in that movie and he was so good in that. Like, that kind of becomes like your kind of like a way out almost. Like,
but then
that could suck though. Like, if people don't take you seriously as that role, because you're trying to move on, you're trying to move past that. Your chapter is closed.
AJ, I totally agree. Like, it's like Daniel Radcliffe. Like, as much as he loves being portrayed as Harry Potter, he doesn't want to be known as Harry Potter now. He wants to be known as Daniel Radcliffe, that actor that can do great in other roles, but it just hasn't worked for him.
Yeah, it hasn't.
Elijah Wood is Frodo Baggins. He hasn't barely done anything else. Elijah
Wood. You guys have seen Wilfred?
No, I haven't seen that. He did I think it was in Green Street. Yeah, I think Elijah was in Green Street. I don't know if you guys watched that.
Yeah. Wilfred is actually a hilarious comedy. I think it's a British show. It originated in the UK and then they brought it over to America.
Oh, right.
It's this guy. He's dressed up as a dog, but he's a real dog. And Elijah Wood sees him as a man dressed up as a dog.
Oh, I've heard of that.
And he's like best friends with him.
That's interesting, man. I'll definitely go check it out.
The show is so goofy. It's hilarious, though. I loved it.
Right. But that's going to be the final question. So thank you, everybody that stopped by the stream. Make sure to go check out our guests that are linked in the description box down below. Smash a like on the stream. Show your support. Subscribe. We just hit 200 subscribers. It's great. Shamoon, you hit 700 the other day, right?
Oh, yeah. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, that was amazing. And just thank you, everybody, for coming to the stream. It was great to have you guys here. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, have a great rest of your day and stay positive.
You too, man.
Later.